Okay. All right. Are we here? Is everyone here? Are we good?
No.
Okay.
Physically.
Yeah, my camera is also lagging because of all this bullshit.
We just had a dance party redeemed.
Oh, thank you so much for the dance party. Excellent.
Everybody dance.
Yeah, everybody dance. Everybody dance now. Oh, can't sing much of that.
I was head bobbing.
DMCA strike because I freaking sang 4 lyrics of a song. All right, so let's get into this. Okay, we good? Everyone good? Everyone's ready? I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Greetings and salutations. I'm Zook, your lovable dungeon master, with M, Kai, and Nave, and we are playing another game of Dungeons and Dragons in the campaign of the Relics of Ochrid. This is stream number 5, I think.
I believe it's 5.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
So
Yep.
we've got a few announcements. If you notice below, there are channel points for the channel. You can spend it on several different things. I've revamped a couple things, including the sing-along thing is now a Bard's Tale, which it costs the same, and I'm probably going to sing for about the same time, around a minute. But I actually went ahead and I wrote some songs beforehand, so I will be prepared if somebody redeems it. And only one can be redeemed per stream, and what you get is what you get. That's it. Oh my god. Don't tempt you.
Don't tempt me.
I'm actually kind of hoping somebody does redeem them at some point, because they're pretty good. I've got one for the setting itself and one for each character. But only one gets to, you have to wait for the rest. Bombs? Okay. But as far as other announcements, all the music you will hear today and that you're hearing right now is by Kevin MacLeod's Incompetech. You can go to his website, www.incompetech.com. It's royalty-free music, so we don't get DMCA striked. The miniatures that will be used for the player characters are from Hero Forge, their new VTT option at checkout, and you can import them directly into your virtual tabletop game, such as Tabletop Simulator, which is what we're using, as well as VTT Foundry, and a couple others do it as well. If you don't know how to import them but still want to use it, go to Geeks Anonymous's YouTube and you can look up a guide on how to do it. Step by step, I go through it. It was actually a sponsored video from Hero Forge, so yay. You will notice at the top left of the game screen is a name with a health bar. That is the boss battle. Currently it is Dancing Fool, and for every subscribe, a few other things, bits, donations, tips, it will take a little bit of the health away, and once that reaches 0, the person who brings it to 0 will actually be replaced, and they will be the new boss, and we will be doing a giveaway. For not only will you get a customized stream avatar that you will see on the screen below, thank you Oscar for adding the 2 cents there, but you will also be given a 3D printed, custom painted Hero Forge miniature that you get to design. And I will basically print it out on my 3D resin printer at home, really good detail, paint it, and then send it out right to you wherever you live. That is only redeemable, I should say, that is only redeemable for US Canada, because shipping prices and COVID, we're not going to do over international. Even in Canada, it's probably going to be a long time to get it if we do it that way. But
is it excluding Quebec because of stupid giveaway laws?
Yeah, I guess I would have to exclude Quebec because of stupid giveaway laws. Yeah, that's true.
I don't even know what those laws are, but I just hear it on Critical Role all the time.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I don't want to get into that, so we're just gonna exclude Quebec. But that's pretty much it for the announcements. Does anybody else have anything they would like to announce?
I would like to announce that I have a noodle.
You do have a noodle. That's a free one. That's normally a $2.50 cost.
I have a puppo next to me, but he's being really good and laying down, so I kind of want to leave him alone.
Okay.
Well, his mom should be home.
A cat,
Achilles, come here. Hey, get up. Come on. Get up. No, come on. No, get up. Come on. Get up. Achilles, come on. He's like, he does not know what's going on. Achilles, come here. Hey,
Doesn't want
Hey,
to.
Get up.
It's a
Hey,
beautiful
no, come on.
husky too. Really, there he
Hello.
is.
Hello, puppy.
He's a baby.
Hello.
Oh my
Oh, he look
god.
at the camera.
Adorable.
Yeah. He is so confused right now. He's like, why are you making me do this? Hello. I'm sorry. Hey. Hey.
Oh,
Hi.
do you want Zeus to eat
Okay.
my mic again? He's
Luna
sleeping.
or
Zeus!
Zeus to eat Token's mic again.
Luna,
Yeah, that's about
Luna
right.
won't eat my mic.
Baby,
Hello, baby
you're
boy.
so good. You're so
He's
good. Go ahead,
comfy
lay
on my
down.
bed. He doesn't want to get up.
Excuse us while we have a pet moment. All right,
I
so
was about
let's
to
get
say
into
this.
it. The game is rolling. So, who would like to do the recap of last week's session in order for
I
you
did it
guys
last
to
week.
get one additional checkpoint? Yes, I believe it is Evan's turn.
Oh, well, why do you ask if it's just turns? We're
Well,
just going in a circle.
I mean, technically, it could be
I mean, I guess
either.
we don't necessarily have to go.
It could be either Knave or Kai, but Kai's nose ghosted, so
Well, how about we just go in a circle? Because, like, that's just how it's always going to happen anyway.
sure.
Yeah.
All right. Or you can not do it and not get your extra XP, and I can do the recap.
No, I don't personally care to do it. I would do it every game if I had to. I don't really care. But it's because of how Emma and Kai are that I know we're just going to continuously end up going in this cycle. So.
Okay.
So, last game, we started off in combat. It was a pretty hairy fight. And if not for me catching the DM on a technicality a couple rounds later,
Yeah.
would have ended up way worse.
Yep.
That
That's
and
probably-
we were given a crit.
We were given a crit by Sig, right?
Yeah, it was
Or-
Yeah, I think it was it.
it-
Yeah.
so that
Yeah. We were
Adriac didn't
graciously
die.
gifted a crit from chat from Sig. So thank you for that. But yeah, so I just have written here initiative. I listed the initiative order, and then it just says battle ends, and it was Harry. So that's all the detail you guys get. The barrier had reappeared at the door where we had entered, locking us all in. And we all kind of started looking for Helga and trying to find stuff out. We did find some gold and money, and we found 2 superior healing potions, and we also found a lightning javelin. So that was cool. I believe that was the magic item hype reward that
We're
we
not
got.
there yet. Nick, we're not
Oh
there.
yeah, I should restart that.
Oh yeah, the magic item hype. So yeah, I think Zook had asked me specifically how Zal felt about rummaging through the dead bodies, and Zal is basically of the mind of he doesn't really care as long as like the bodies are properly taken care of afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to find Helga, it's not working very well. Zal decides to meditate to see if maybe the 4 guardians would be able to help find this hobgoblin that they were looking for. And as Zal was doing that, he looked down and saw kind of a faint glow underneath some of the bones. And then as we looked, it was a similar kind of tribute to Seiryu as we had seen previously, with kind of a jade sphere or some sort of a blue sphere that Seiryu was like curled up holding. And so Zal touched it, and then all of a sudden the room began to shake, and lo and behold, Seiryu broke out of the seal and flies into the air. We had a conversation. It was very awe-inspiring, very, very powerful, and basically Seiryu whisked up all the souls that were trapped and restless in that room, and was able to escort them out. Right before that happened, though, Helga's spirit did approach and actually handed something to June.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed to have been a perfume of hers. So, we got the lightning javelin. I already talked about that. There were also the superior healing potions, which June gave one to me and one to Adriac, because we both fell at some point during the fight. Or, well, I guess technically Adriac didn't fall. But like,
No, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, technically didn't fall, but like was really close.
He did fall at one point, just not earlier in the fight.
Yes.
Yeah. Adriac started to bleed from the nose and hold his head, and so we all kind of took notice of that. And
That was
Zal had-
later. We left when that happened.
yeah, I just don't have any notes for that.
Oh, okay, well, we
For like
left.
us leaving. Well, we did leave, but it was so uneventful. Like it was just like you walk out and
I mean,
nothing's
yeah.
there. You just go to an inn. So yeah, I neglected to write that down. Yes, after splitting the loot, we ended up leaving, and then we saw Adriac started bleeding from his nose and holding his head because he had a headache. Trying to figure out what was going on. Zal had thought into his arcane knowledge and figured that there are many different things that can affect the mind. One of those being like psionics and getting hit with some sort of a psychic blast or something. So it's very interesting. I kind of let Kogara, my little pseudo dragon, kind of hold sentry on the doors all night, and it ended up going by uneventful. And then morning came. Zal wakes up because he's a morning person. June did not wake up, and Zal was more worried about Adriac anyway, so ended up going, picked the lock with the tail of his pseudo dragon.
Jesus Christ, I can't believe that worked.
I can't believe it worked either.
At the disadvantage, no less.
It was at the disadvantage too. It rolled really, really well
Oh my
somehow.
God.
Once in a blue moon, the dice rollers don't hate me. And then when Zal opens the door, sees Adriac cuffed to the bed. And then Zal also rolled a 31 on insight to try to talk to Adriac about what's going on. So basically, Adriac is just being very dodgy. Doesn't really want to talk about it. I pick up that Adriac is not joking with the wink to June about the shackle, but that's not what was happening last night. But I also found out that it was a normal thing for Adriac to do to shackle himself to the bed or try to secure himself at some during the night so he doesn't potentially leave. And Zal kind of pushed a bit, but tried not to too much because they're not that close yet. To see if Adriac would want him to put what? What are you meaning?
Hogan just got yeeted.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm having connection issues.
Yeah, you're frozen on my screen.
But yeah, so after all that, all the Adriac stuff that happened, we decided to set out north since there doesn't seem like there's anything else we need to do at the moment. We were kind of bickering to try to figure out how we were going to progress north. And at first, June really wanted to go towards the Vorkal. And Zal was like, no, I don't want to do that because I would rather not have an entire society hate me and be after me. Zal was like, I'd rather go, fuck with some giants because they kind of wander alone. And then June was also very into that idea. And then Adriac was like, why don't we just take a ferry up the river because it'll be the safer bet. And June was very disappointed, but that's what we ended up doing anyway. So we started to take a ferry up the river, and that's pretty much where we left off. That's what we were doing.
Yep, that's exactly where we left off. So I have put two...
He agreed to it because he was made a promise, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, we promised we'd go through giant territory on the way back.
That's true.
Yeah, we did.
So I have put two magic item hypes on the... two hypes on the board, two challenges that can be used with community points. I do see that the mini-boss, it looks like it is working correctly, but I'm not seeing any percentage in the magic hype. Can someone contribute?
I see 8%.
Oh, you do see 8%? Okay, just wanted to make sure it was actually tracking
16.
it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it looks like it's tracking it.
Okay, yeah, it just updated because of tokens. Excellent. So both of those...
Puppy's talking because mommy's home.
once we get those fulfilled, they'll either get a magic item or a boss battle, depending on what gets filled up first.
Shit, guys.
So yeah, that's basically where we left off. I can't see the magic hype, only the boss battle one. Try refreshing your page because I do see both of them on mine.
Yeah, it might just be taking a little bit to
Yeah, it might
kind of
might be
load since you
having
just did it.
an issue. So yeah, that's basically where we left off. And as you can see, we have a new region. This is the region of Restiel, just north of
Knife.
knife. That's not a knife. Just north of of Azuyuko. So our adventurers have grabbed a ferry and have basically boarded with pretty much it's just the three of them, a captain, a couple crew members, and their mounts, all except for Adriac, who is their own mount. So basically, let me change to something a little bit different for the music, something less heroic. So
You still having problems, Token?
looks like there's a slight connection.
Yeah, I
here.
keep I'm having it's I don't know
Ooh,
what the hell the issue is, but the stream keeps flying for
do you
me
need
and
to restart? Do
my
you want
connection to call has been really shitty. It keeps going from one bar to full bar.
you
But
want to
my
try?
connection to
Sure.
the internet, I don't know. I have to restart my computer.
Yeah, why don't you try a restart and I'll just time code it and
What?
then I'll
Make sure
edit
what?
this out. Okay, so we're back. So yes, we last left off. We were all on a ferry with the various mounts, the two crewmen and the captain of the small ferry. It looks like they're the ferry is one. It has like a one large sail in the center, and the two crewmen are on either side with really long paddles, and they're just kind of going throughout the riverway. As there's a point when you are leaving Azuyuko, as you cross under this large stone bridge, and you see the Lyran Dynasty city vanish slowly into the distance. So it's pretty much the three of you, your mounts, and the crewmen. Is there anything you would like to do, say to each other, or anything like that, while you begin journeying north down the river?
Zal is probably just kind of chilling and meditating.
June would probably be looking out,
Sure.
inspecting the lay of the land.
Okay. And what is Adriac doing?
Regretting this decision horribly.
Has Adriac
Don't
ever
like
been
boats.
on a boat before?
Probably not, and he probably hates it. He has 4 feet, and he's anxious.
Okay. So it's a little rocky, kind of going back and forth in some spots, where the river speeds up, and then kind of calms down in some places. You notice visibly as you go further north that the grass is a lot taller in the areas. You see it's more hilly in a lot of places. You actually see a cliff off in the distance, that kind of you lose sight of what's on the other side of it as it's shrouded by the large rocky side. And this river kind of cuts through the valley between two kind of large hills, and you continue down the path. So, Token, since you said that you were actively looking out, why don't you make an active perception roll?
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Oh shit.
That's a good first roll.
That's a natural 20.
Natural
for
20.
a total of 20.
Okay, let's see. Let's just
Also, the tassels on these drawers are just floating around.
Yeah, they do
Yeah,
that.
they do sometimes.
Yeah, they do that.
yeah, they do their own thing.
They were like, yeah, they're like circling, and it's really funny.
Hang on just a second.
Oh, I guess no, technically it's a total of 30, because you would do the plus 10.
Here we go. No, this is not the right place. God damn it. What is happening? Oh my god. So many errors all at once. Jeez, I'm having a day. Just
Everybody's having a day. Everybody deserves to go to bed. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Forest Stream, is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Nope.
Too many maps.
There we go. Okay.
You mean the white square?
Oh,
Wait.
please tell me it's not a white square for you guys.
Hold on, it's loading.
No, I see the river
I see.
and stuff.
Yeah, I see a river.
Why do you see a white square?
I don't know.
Oh my
Oh, there it
god.
goes.
Okay, you
There it
good?
goes.
Just
There it
taking over the load.
I'm having issues.
Getting a little scared or getting
Yeah, for
started to
real,
jump at
like-
everything.
All right, go ahead and place your guys on the ship where you would be.
Where
Well, all
is
of our
my-
minis are over here by Kai.
I
boat moved.
shouldn't. What? That was my bad.
Yeah, how did
I was
you
trying
do
to
that?
rotate
Stop.
Adriac, and apparently.
Be kind of towards the back of the.
You're not on the land. I'm sorry.
This tree is floating. Oh, it's no longer floating. What? What the fuck? For
It's
some reason,
probably
like-
loading shit in.
Well, so like in some.
Oh no! It's because the height of the land when
Yeah.
your camera gets too close of it will go down.
Yes, it
Yeah,
clips it.
And-
okay.
But then when you
Oh,
move away,
weird.
it like pops back up.
Oh my god, I am
That's
lagging
just something
so
that's-
badly.
So wild.
Dude, what is
Why are
up?
you
I think
lagging?
it's just the
Fine.
internet today, like for real.
It could
We
be.
have been getting a lot of like snow and bullshit,
That's
so I
true.
don't
Yeah,
know. I
we've
don't
been
know if
having
it's
bad
windy or not
weather as well.
outside.
So,
I have a question.
yeah,
What?
Why is there a pumpkin in the river?
there's a pumpkin in the river.
There's a pumpkin in the river.
Oh, I never finished placing that where it was supposed to be. There's a pumpkin over here now. Leave me alone.
No, you know I've heard of river pumpkins before. They're definitely a thing that exists.
River
Hate you
Oh,
guys. I hate you guys. Oh my god, I can't do this today. Amazing. The mythical pumpkin of the river. Oh my god, we're having issues today. Today's game is not gonna be the best.
And who already colored the logs? Evan?
That
What?
wasn't me.
What are you talking about?
I can't take you guys anywheres.
Evan is recoloring shit. It wasn't me this time, I swear.
I don't know how to do that.
Yes, you do.
You
You're such a liar.
You liar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's like everything is lagging so badly too. It's taking me forever just to get the minis.
Yeah, like I wonder, Kai, are you lagging at all?
No?
Huh,
Question
yeah.
mark?
Alright, hang on. And my puppies are getting rambunctious. Oh, please stop. Wonder if it's just the amount of programs going for the lag. Yeah, but why doesn't it usually screw me up? It's not too bad normally, so I don't know. It's just having a day. Okay. Okay. All right. So, as you guys are sailing down the river, do you have 11 calculators going? No. No, I don't. I do not.
Fig will randomly open their task manager and have like 12 instances of calculator going, and it's like,
No,
wow.
I don't even know
remember
how
that
that's
happening.
possible.
I remember that happening because I think we were playing the Exalted game, and
Yeah.
Sig was just like screaming about how they had like 12 calculators open.
Okay.
All right, time for boat RPs, or else Zuka's gonna start crying.
Please. You guys begin sailing down the river, and it's a calm stretch of this river. You've got several, trees and wildlife all around you. There's a slight breeze in the air. You see that the sail is just barely catching some of the wind. You're pushing against it, so it's not going very fast. It is slightly nightfall at this point, and you do see the fireflies in the distance around you. There are a few pieces of debris and logs floating out through the forest way, and you continue down. You see lily pads every once in a while. The water level is a little low in this area, and because of the extra debris, they're taking their time. So you have a feeling this is probably going to be a slow journey. Still faster than walking, but yeah. So if there's anything you guys would like to say to each other, it would be a good time to do so.
Gina's too interested to stare out.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I feel like anything that I can think of from like last game and stuff, it just like seems like we've already sort of discussed it. So it doesn't seem like there's really anything pressing. That's all I would want to say.
Sure.
Just kind of keep meditating.
June, with your natural 20, you're pretty aware of your surroundings, and you just the past hour or so, you haven't been able to shake this feeling of being watched. Every once in a while, you'll see shadows dart from like bush to bush, smaller shadows. It's almost like the darkness is playing tricks on your eyes, but with your natural 20, you are pretty confident that you're either A, being followed, or B, just straight up like going into sort of ominous territories.
What time of day is it right now?
It's towards the night, so it's more like it's probably like 11-ish
Okay.
in the evening. Wow, yeah,
That's
I'm
time to
lagging.
party.
No,
June
that's
will
not the right noise.
he'll keep his eye on the landscape, but he'll just kind of casually walk towards everybody else and just pass by. And I'm assuming like this boat is probably not super big.
No, it's about the size that, like, to scale.
Okay. Yeah, so the Jude will just kind of like move in between the other two and just very passingly mention, kind of quiet, I think we're being watched.
Would I know of any predatory things on the like river path
Make a
that
nature
might be
check.
stalking us?
Yeah.
Cool. Love me some nature. Let's try really hard on that one. It didn't really work out.
Nature.
Nope, it fell behind it, but that's fine. I'll just keep rolling it. That will be
Not
a
bad.
23, good sir.
So 23, yeah, there's a lot of things that it could be. It could be a natural predator. There could be a large snake. River snakes kind of frequent this area. Crocodiles, well, alligators more in this area. There could be large predatory cats. There could be wolves, bears. There's a lot of things that might look to you as a quick meal.
Yeah, but like...
Intelligent
Well-
enough to follow a boat.
Yeah. I mean, cats I could definitely see. I don't feel like alligators would necessarily be like, I'm gonna go follow this boat.
I don't think alligators are really fast enough to be darting through the tree like bushes.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're
So
they're
probably large cats or wolves at that point, with
Right.
as quickly as they're probably shuffling about.
Mm.
As far as that's concerned. So,
with the-
so nothing else, like no.
With your
well, go ahead.
23, based on Token's description of how they're following you, there are no native creatures like animals that would exhibit that sort of behavior.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, hold on. I haven't said anything yet. I'm taking notes. Any natural creature that would... Sorry.
My goodness.
Shorthand, man. Shorthand.
I have no shorthand. That's a myth. So Zal would kind of, at the mention of this, get up and kind of think and try to see it if he could, but you know, just try to figure out maybe what's going on, but would say, I don't know of any natural presences that would exhibit behavior such as that when trying to stalk us. So I have a mind that it's of a more humanoid intellect, potentially.
Hmm. Is there anything else out here other than giants and bugbears?
Let me think. There were, from what I remember thinking about, there were hill giants, rock giants, ogres, quite a few different things. Do I know of any other specific thing that would be like a known threat up this way?
Now we're venturing into more history territory.
Do you want
So
me-
yeah, go ahead
Do you
and
want me
make
to roll
a
history?
go ahead and make a history check.
Because I will definitely do that. Me like the intelligence-based rolls.
Remember, guys, there are some channel point things going on, like hype trains and community challenges and different things you can redeem. So
Well, I literally
with
watched myself roll off of a 20 onto an 8.
oof.
But that brings it up to a 14 still, which isn't terrible. But
14 for this area. With how, I mean, you've heard of like, they're a little bit more north, but you have heard of tribes of like lizard folk, which, I mean, they're more in the swampy sort of junglish area, which you are going towards, but you're a good week to 2 weeks away from that at this point. Down here, you're more likely to run into like goblins and things like that.
Clearly, they are afraid we're going to take their pumpkin.
it's the sacred. It's the great pumpkin, Charlie
I
Brown.
hate you guys. I hate you guys. I do.
Good.
I love you.
Let's scale this up. Can I scale this up
I
a
love
little
you
bit?
too.
Oh my god.
No, I don't have permission to scale it up.
Yeah.
Scale what up?
The pumpkin.
The pumpkin.
Jesus Christ.
To make it the great pumpkin.
We're just being shit.
Are you
about it.
sure?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I don't have permission.
I do know that where we're heading there. Oh my gosh! Now that just looks
Oh,
like
holy
James and the Giant Peach. That's like
It's
James
flat!
and the Giant Peach.
Why was it
level.
flat?
I don't know why it was flat.
Because
That
I was
hilarious.
messing with it. There we go. It is a great pumpkin
Pumpkin.
now.
Oh, amazing.
Jesus
Woohoo!
Christ.
That's exciting. I like that.
It was there because I was gonna put pumpkin patches throughout it, but I guess I forgot to do
Oh,
that.
That's so funny.
So now there's a single pumpkin.
Just a single pumpkin. Well, where we're heading, I know there are some tribes of lizard folk, but we're still a week or two away from where they might be patrolling. So at this point, really probably just goblins or the like. That's all I know.
So nothing too
Goblins-
scary.
Based on the
Goblins can be
the
pretty
height,
scary.
it could be goblins token because you got a natural 20, so you actually saw how tall these things darting from bushes to bushes
Okay.
were, and that's about the right size.
Okay.
I know that goblins aren't necessarily large and threatening in that capacity, but they like to travel in large numbers and are surprisingly crafty for things that we seem to think have a low intellect. So it's always good to be wary. Wary.
Wary.
Shut up.
Hmm. Okay. Well, June will just continue keeping an eye out for the trees as they keep going.
It's gonna throw a
Zal
couple
just
of...
chucks his lightning javelin. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice. That's gonna go well.
No, I would lose it. It would stay there and I'd be sad.
Alright, I'm just... These are just to represent the crewmen.
The crew peoples.
Yep.
Crewfolk.
Well, definitely not pirates. Yeah, definitely not pirates.
Ah, yeah, no, they seem very trustworthy.
All right. They seem none the wiser. They're just heading on through. You hear the captain who is yelling out like, "All right, steady, steady." He takes his bullseye lantern and shines it forward, and you see kind of emulating the rivers in front of him, and he like he calls out, "Take left, watch the debris," and they begin going left, and they skirt around a log floating. That's when you see another shadow token kind of dart past.
What side am I seeing this on, by the way? Am I
you're
seeing on both
s-
sides?
Yes, on both sides.
Oh, good.
So there's some here, some here.
Okay.
So it looks like it might be some sort of an ambush.
Hmm.
Yeah, the crewmates don't seem to know anything.
Yeah, I would. Zal is gonna go up to the captain in kind of a period where he's maybe not barking orders, right? Try not to distract necessarily from the crew, and just kind of be like, "Are
Yes.
you? I mean, you probably sail these waters frequently. Are you aware of any goblins or other things that try to attack vessels on the river?"
There are definite dangers to my job, yes. But he pulls up a flintlock. That's what these are for.
All right, I'm glad to see those, and to be honest, you might be putting them to use soon.
What mean you?
We're
I
being
mean,
watched.
one of my friends has seen some shadows off to the sides of the ship.
What did you see? Says to you, token.
Something small darting through the trees. June
Right.
like literally won't stop looking.
You see, he shines his bullseye lantern over to the trees. It gets a pretty good distance, but you know that saying, even the smallest light flickers brightly in the darkness. So it does illuminate the trees, but it's just too far away to actually get a good look at anything. Right.
Now, what if the fire was brighter?
If the fire was brighter,
Yeah, the lantern.
yeah, I mean, it's a bullseye lantern, so it's focused with mirrors and stuff to project it forward.
Thaumaturgy, you cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Brighter.
All right. So as you concentrate for a moment, the lantern basically it's like turning your high beams on, poof, and they light up this area over here. Is what he's kind of illuminating at this point. I'll give everybody a perception check. Token, you don't need to roll because you already got a nat 20. But everybody else can roll at the advantage because no, actually, it would have been disadvantage, so it's just a straight roll.
Damn you, darkness.
Why disadvantage?
It would have
Because
been
it's dark.
disadvantage
It's almost
because of how
nighttime.
dark it is, but the light is making it at the advantage, which neutralizes it to a standard roll.
I mean, if you had dark vision, though, that might be a different story. But I don't have dark vision, at least.
I have dark vision up to 300 feet.
Dark vision you still have disadvantage. You just
I
can
know.
see, whereas people without dark vision are blind. So you're not blind.
Yep. I'm not blind.
I got a 16.
16. Okay.
Let's see, I rolled a 16 plus 4, so modded 20.
Okay. Modded 20. So, Token, you see it right away. You actually you hear it first. You hear it sploosh, as you see the parting, it's like ripples in the water. Something just jumped into the water, and then you see this small figure behind one of the trees. On the other side, on the opposite side, at Adriac, you see another small figure behind one of the bushes as well.
They're coming.
All right, crew, prepare for anything. You see both the other crew members start loading a flintlock, and they keep their hands on their scabbards. Aye, Captain.
June's got his axe out.
All right.
All
So,
is prepared.
and you guys drift a little bit further down the river.
Do I have time to cast a spell?
Yes, they have not attacked yet. What are you casting?
Spirit Guardians. It's a small boat.
Okay. Spirit Guardians. Spirit Guardians. What's the range of that?
They flit around you to a distance of 15 feet. From
15
duration.
feet. Okay. So 3 squares essentially.
Essentially.
And does it stay in one location or does it follow you? I think it stays in one location.
No, it follows you.
Range itself.
Yep.
Area of 15 feet.
And it follows you as you walk, you don't just plant it down?
Mhm.
Okay, good to know. So within 15 feet of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see, you guys continue.
And of course, I mark everybody on the ship as unaffected.
Okay, I had a feeling. So
We all fell.
did you?
Yeah.
You're drunk. You're all drunk. So it's at that point you do hear the breaching of the water as you see something. A hand grab the side of the boat and begins climbing itself up, and that's where we'll
Where
roll
at?
initiative. On the right side, on the starboard. Starboard? Did I get
Yeah,
that right?
starboard.
Yeah, all right. On the
Starboard
on starboard side.
Initiative.
Initiative. Let's get some battle music going. Let's get the actual.
I always feel like I have something for initiative,
19.
but I might not have it yet.
19.
Lag.
I'm pretty much usually under the effect of Vigilant Blessing, which means either me or someone I choose has advantage on initiative.
Well, don't give it to me.
No.
Come on.
Okay, yeah, no.
Hang on just a second. Let me get these figures.
It's a good thing we're on a boat with some pirates.
Not pirates.
Not pirates.
Oh my god.
Definitely not
Go
pirates.
into the dice. Oh, it rolled out. What the fuck? Wow, that was bad.
Place these guys. I'm gonna place those upside down to signify that they're in the water right now. Token, you are aware of their presence because of your natural 20.
Okay.
There's still more. I'm almost done setting up the battlefield.
Ah,
I love how the captain up at the front says invalid halfling pirate.
Invalid.
Invalid? Oh, I read it as invalid.
Invalid. Yeah, I just grabbed a random figure. Okay. All right, is that everybody? That's everybody. Okay. So let's go to initiative. Okay, I'm gonna call them neutral. So ferryman. Ferryman. Let's get. All right, what did everybody roll?
19.
Cool.
18.
8.
Where are the enemies?
Yeah.
Amanith.
Oh shit.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
So they got a natural 20. All right, so
Boy.
June, what did you get?
I got 8.
You got an 8. Okay. So you go after that. Adriac, what did you get?
18.
Zal.
19.
Okay. Zal, Adriac, Ferryman, and June. Okay. So it is their turns. So just to give you some description on the whole lighting situation, wherever the ferryman is facing will have a 60-foot beam of light, and there are several torches, lanterns of magical fire throughout the boat. So the boat itself is illuminated out to 30 feet. So anything beyond 30 feet of the boat is well lit. You don't have to worry about perception being at the disadvantage and disadvantage on attack rolls. Anything beyond that, however, is considered pitch black, and you will not be able to. You're basically blinded unless you have dark vision, in which case you're still at the disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, so it is their turns. This one will. Oh shit!
Pick up the boat.
You know what? I'm gonna lock the boat for now,
Yeah,
Okay.
might be a good idea.
just to make that happen. This
Or else
one
we're
goes
all going to
here.
be accidentally picking it up.
She has to make a
Yep.
wisdom saving throw.
I'm aware. I'm gonna just move them first. Get everyone's moves actions. 15. One goes here. One goes here. Half movement to get up on the boat. And half movement to get up on the boat. Let's see this one. Go here. Okay. So what does he need to roll?
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. This one is also within that range as well.
Okay, then he also needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw for you and a wisdom saving throw for you.
Those are both fails. What happens?
They take 3d8 radiant damage, and their speed is halved in the area.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Bitch.
Wow. That was not great.
So, 7 radiant damage.
It's better than nothing, though.
Okay. So now, this one will attack. There's nobody in. Okay, yep. So he doesn't get advantage.
Freaking kobolds.
What is your AC?
16.
That's a hit.
Bitch.
All right, so you see him climb up over and scurry up and stands. What are your spirit guardians? Describe your spirit guardians for me.
I actually sent you a Discord message to see if something was okay first.
Well, you gotta tell me if you send me Discord, because I have Discord full screened on my computer.
Me. Me.
Sure. Which one do you want? The latter or both of them combined?
Probably the latter.
Okay. So as you basically focus for a moment, you see this creature climbing up the boat. You focus and grasp your holy symbol as the stars from above you actually almost look like they get pulled down from the sky and begin swirling all around you. And it's like a razor wind piercing into these two kobold creatures, these lizard-like creatures. They are kobolds. As it just tears into the skin with blood and just sinew just being erupted everywhere. He strikes forward and slashes at you, but it looks like the momentum of the stars that you are emitting from your spirit guardians seem to be basically weakening his grasp on the weapon, and you only take 3 points of damage from the slash of the sword.
Okay.
Let's see. At which point?
I think Zal is also technically in the area, and he would notice he's not being affected by the shiny light.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
They're not inhibiting you in any way. At which point?
They're just a little warm as they pass through.
Cool. Yeah, I'm all for
1,
that.
2, 3. All right. Oof. So they are going to be at the advantage. Well, he'll go 5 feet for a bonus action, and they both have advantage on you. Jude, what is your AC?
15.
Okay. Okay, that first one hits. Okay. Second one misses. Oh, I'm ignoring the first roll because I accidentally rolled twice. So you take 4 points of damage as you get slashed with a longsword across the abdomen. It doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. It looks like he's still kind of recovering from climbing on board. He seems a little exerted. At which point you hear thump, 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 as a coordinated crossbow volley gets shot in your direction. Well, more aptly, the captain's direction.
Oh.
2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. Okay. 2 of them hit. Total of 5 damage. And then, Token, you saw these figures before, but you thought they were just kind of just statues for a moment. As you see these creatures, they look like maybe scarecrows that would have been put up in a like a pumpkin patch or something. And you see them for a moment, they almost waken up with fire in their eyes, and the fire bellows down into their mouths, and they breathe out for a moment as the fire goes around their hands, and they blow them, they blast forward from either side. There's one here, as well as one right here that blasts forwards with fire blast. Goddamn words today. And they are targeting the sails.
Ah!
Yeah.
Okay.
Hand over your candy. Luckily, both of them just don't miss. Looks like the crewmen are like pulling up the sails as they're doing this.
Oh, thank God.
And it misses, goes wide. At which point it is now, that is all the kobolds' turns, as well as the 2 scarecrows, making it...
Me turn.
Yes, Zal, it is your turn.
Cool. Okay. Gosh, what is it that I want to do? There's so much stuff I could do. And I've been thinking, I have ideas, so don't worry too much about it.
Don't worry too much about it.
This boat is pretty fucking long. Holy shit.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a riverboat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't really see a whole lot, obviously, because some of the stuff is kind of like out of the visual range. I am... I'm going to... How far away am I from this guy? I'm going to scoot back to make myself an even, like, 10 feet away from the kobold behind Adriac. And well, I will shift over this way slightly too, so because I want this guy in my view.
Okay.
So I'm going to fire an Eldritch Blast at this one.
Blast.
Eldritch Blast. So I'll go ahead and roll that attack roll. And I don't believe I should have any disadvantages because he should be plenty visible.
Yes, he is within the boat radius. There are eternal flames on the boat.
Cool. That is a nat 20.
Nat 20, all right, that's a crit.
That is a nat 20, so critical. All right, Eldritch Blast. How much do you do? +7, so 37 to hit. So I will roll 2d10 because it's 1d10.
Sadly, a 37 misses. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, darn. Yeah, I mean, I knew they're pretty agile. So it's normally 1d10, so it would be 2d10.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Always good to double check.
Why did you go cowboy for Eldritch Blast? That is a...
Who's asking?
Sig. It's a critical role thing. They have a warlock on their team, and for the first good portion, the character spoke with like a cowboy Texan accent.
Yeah, a good southern drawl.
Oh yeah.
That will be 11 damage.
11 damage.
11 damage to this guy, and then as kind of part of Kogara's turn as well. So let me actually get Kogara out here. Kogara will fly up to the guy in the Spiritual Guardians, and I will use my bonus action to have Kogara attack with his Stinger.
Okay.
His Stinger. So I will go ahead and roll that.
Sure.
You know, no pressure die, but like another nat 20 would be fantastic. No pressure though, whatever. Ugh, fucking asshole. That will be a 13 to
13.
hit.
Okay. So you hold up your new staff that you made out of these twig blights that you fought before, and you focus your eldritch energy around it. It circulates the end of the staff and bolts forward in this purplish dark energy that blasts into the kobold in front that is helping flank June at the moment, as the pseudo dragon flies and is almost following the eldritch blast, swirling around it, and then dives into the kobold. Unfortunately, the kobold sees it coming and ducks underneath. Anything else you can do?
So that is my action and my bonus action.
Yes.
And I did move a little bit, so I will say that yeah, for the time being, that should be my turn. That's all.
Okay, I believe that makes it Jadriak's turn. Jadriak.
Jadriak.
Jadrial. Jadrial.
Why did you go cowboy for Eldritch Blast? I'm so glad you asked that. It makes me feel so special. Like it shouldn't, but it does.
Look.
I mean, no, to be honest, it's like a super fair question.
Literal state cowboy. Oh, cowboy state capital.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Adriac, what do you do?
Want to say... Oh, go ahead.
I'm thinking.
Adriac's measuring stuff
I am measuring stuff.
to try to see who's in range.
In Bango? I don't know what that is, and I'm not sure I want to. Does anyone here speak Draconic, by the way, while we're at it? Okay.
No.
Good to know.
Nope, don't believe so. I speak giant and primordial.
Banjo. Oh, banjo. Okay. Gotcha. Deliverance.
So each inch is a 5 foot
Yes.
square, technically. So that one's 100 feet. Less than 100 feet.
Yes.
Well, I am going to cry.
Cry.
It's valid.
See. Well, we saw the two thingy things over here do the fire, right?
Yep.
But I would be at disadvantage if I tried to sling a spell at them.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like just out of 60 feet of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Or 30 feet. Fuck it, I'm just going to turn around and try to smack this kobold off the boat with my glaive.
With your glaive? For some reason, when you described that, I just pictured you kicking up with your hind hooves.
I mean, that's also an option, but it does less damage. You know what? That would actually just be funnier.
I mean, you could maybe do it just for the flare.
I'm okay with that. Are you actually trying to push them off the boat? Are you using a ram attack, or are you just attacking?
I don't really have... Well, I could use shove. Shove action.
Yeah, there's a shove action that you could use. Shove as a grapple, but if you succeed, you can may instead choose to either knock your target prone or push them 5 feet away from you.
I'll just kick him.
Okay.
What did I roll? I rolled something. What did I roll?
That was a 14 plus whatever your modifier is.
6, so mod of 20.
Yes, absolutely hits.
And if
But
I
my
kick him-
37 didn't hit. What the fuck?
And I blanked on what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. I said I was kicking him.
Yes,
Well, yeah, like you were gonna do staff damage, but for flare, kick him.
glaive damage.
Yeah. glaive
Okay,
damage,
so
yeah.
roll the 1d10 and not the 1d4. Eight damage.
8 damage. All right. So yeah, you basically kick up with your hind leg, wham, and you can hear as this one just falls dead. You break his neck.
Oh my gosh.
It's kobold.
And with that, I'm going
Oh,
to
fuck, I'm
move forward.
It's fine.
Now, is it if you enter their threat, does the spirit guardians go off, or is it when they enter yours?
When they start their turn
Gotcha.
in the spell.
Okay, good to know.
When the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving
Gotcha.
throw.
Okay, good to know.
Am I? That one's just a smidgy.
Well, this
Where
is
was I?
the pirate. Hang on. Let me color coordinate them so you guys don't
Oh yeah, so we kind
mix
of know
up.
who is who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confused. I am easily confused right now, and I'm sorry.
Okay. I still love you.
Good.
Combat. This combat is powered by nobody. Us.
But it can
We
be.
do it. Yeah, we're corporate shills.
I would love to be a corporate shill, okay? I would not mind at all.
Same though.
Okay. And you said
Money, money,
technically
money,
we're in bright light, so. Okay then.
Oh, you turned him. All right, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I figured I might as well help.
Yeah, I was just about to. Thank you. Yeah, so those are the two, and I'll turn this guy. This guy can be yellow.
There's a lot of enemies, guys.
Okay, is that the entire your turn?
Yeah,
Jack? Okay.
we're not in dim light, so I don't have any bonus actions I can use.
Okay, so these
Oh, hi, Adam.
two. Hey, Adam! Long time no see. Thanks for joining.
Yay!
All right, so these two crewmates,
Adam.
they're going to basically. One is operating the sails, raising it, so they have, so it's not as big as a target. That's his entire turn. The other one is going to spend his entire turn, basically keeping the boat straight, so you guys don't run into anything. The captain,
Seems like
however,
a waste to me.
you're on a boat. The captain, however, will take a 5-foot step back, which does provoke an attack of opportunity from the kobold.
Sentinel. I'm gonna attack that bitch.
What?
I can use my reaction to attack an enemy attacking somebody within a 5-foot range of me.
The enemy is not attacking right now. It's the captain.
Yeah, I know,
Captain's
but
getting attacked from the attack
Yeah.
of opportunity.
Oh, that isn't the attack action though.
I don't know if it if it specifies. Hold on, let me look.
And whether or not
so-
it's capital matters as well. So
It
Is
just says when it makes an attack.
when it makes an attack,
Yeah.
Is it capital or not?
No, it just says when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee attack.
then yeah, you can absolutely do so.
Okay.
Squish.
Hee hee hee. Hee hee
Squish,
hoo
go
hoo.
dead.
Squish.
Hoo hoo hee. Haha.
As someone who's played a kobold, they are very squishy.
What am I plus 7, so
Which
20
one is
something.
this? Okay. Yes, that hits.
Okay.
Nuh-uh.
It's a kobold!
Man, I'm still so confused as to how my 37 didn't hit, but all these lower numbers are hitting.
Playing
Your
second
37 did hit. Shut the hell up.
10 damage.
10 damage? Okay.
Squish.
Ah.
Nope, he's still alive. That one, anyways.
Squish.
Oh. Squish.
So yeah, you basically you see that opportunity of him like taking his longsword and slashing at the captain as he walks away. And you kind of dig in with your great axe and hits him against the side. And you hear him go, "Yeah!" And he looks at you with a bit of drool dripping from his maw, but he follows
just
through with that
sneering at him.
Delicious. Delectable.
Okay.
Give me your kobold spittle.
Delectable. And he misses the attack anyways. All right, the captain will shoot at that
Not worth.
kobold.
Not worth. Not worth.
And with his +4 hits. So die 8. And oh wow, 6 damage. Not bad. So yeah, you see him raise up the flintlock, fires it off, and he spends a bonus action as he begins to reload it. So that is the ferryman's actions, making it Juniper. It is your turn.
Oh boy.
Alright, okay, I am going to rage.
You would like to rage? Roll that die
I would
8.
like to rage. Can I roll my die 8?
You can.
Oh, so every time you rage, you
Every
get a wild
time, yes. Yep.
Yep,
and
every time it causes.
magic. Oh,
What did I get? 3?
3.
Okay.
Intangible
What the fuck is
Spirit, which looks like a flump or a pixie, your choice, appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. At the end of your current turn, the spirit explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 force damage until your rage ends.
Oh,
Damn!
boy.
You can use this effect again, summoning another spirit on each of your turns as a bonus action.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god. Okay, so let me see. So it appears within 5 feet of one creature within that I can see within 30 feet.
Yes.
Okay, so what is 30 feet from me?
Basically 6 inches.
6 inches.
Oh, okay. That's not what I wanted.
What do you want it to be? Do you want it to be a flump or a pixie? Or something else that I might have?
Pixie.
Okay, I had a feeling. Jude's a fairy.
And also, when you say flump, all I can imagine is giant unibunny.
Yeah, flump. It says it's called a flump. I don't actually know what that is.
It's a flump. It's like this small, cute. It's got like tentacles and stuff and big eyes. It's like a floating jellyfish.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I will put it.
And it's every creature, so even positive, even allies will be affected by it.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it next to this one.
Next to where?
This guy. Right here.
Oh,
In the
okay.
water.
The guy in the water.
Yeah, so I'll put it like right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's at the end
Does
of
it
your turn.
follow?
Yep, at the current turn.
Yep.
Okay. So then that happens. I am going to attack the kobold that I just attacked. With Reckless.
Reckless.
Reckless. So
Reckless.
savage, that's savage attack, right? A savage.
No, reckless attack gives me advantage on attacks.
And it gives
that was
them
bad.
advantage on your attack.
On attacks,
attacking
on
you.
attacks against
Okay.
me. Yep. 8 plus 7 is 15.
15 does not hit by 1, unfortunately.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they have the high dex. High dex.
Nice. Sweet. Okay, so second attack. I'm going to attack him again.
Okay.
Oh my god, okay. Wow. This is just a whole mess. 18.
18 hits.
Okay.
Hey, I see 9 viewers in chat right now. Just to let you guys know, we are doing a boss battle for every follow, subscription, donation, bits, anything like that. It will bring down. And once we do take down that boss, whoever kills it and lands the finishing blow will basically replace that boss, and we'll be giving away not only a hand-painted Hero Forge mini of your design, but a stream avatar like the ones that you're seeing at the bottom. So cool.
The boss health bar is in the top left of the stream window.
Yes, thank you.
Too. It says dancing full, and it has the little HP bar there.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
it's
did.
actually like at half health, guys.
I did 10 damage.
10 damage to this kobold
The
warlock?
one I had already attacked.
Oh, okay, yep. So 26. All right. So you turn around, basically. That's the same one that you attacked in the side when it did the opportunity attack, and you bring it up. You basically use the same momentum to slice upwards, but it's a little too high because of the kobold size, and it ducks underneath the first one. You bring it down, like basically splitting a log, and that's exactly what you do to this one. Right in the top of the head, and he is dead.
Squish.
Squish.
And I just turn around and give a sickening grin to the other one behind me.
You basically Gallagher this guy's head. Just
Okay, that is the end of my turn, and then the pixie explodes.
the pixie explodes. Dexterity check, is that
No, it
rolls
I
a
already
dexterity check, I believe. A dexterity saving throw?
Where did Wild
I thought that's what it
Surge?
said.
It rolled, dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And my DC is.
Oh, it's underwater, so it has disadvantage. I think it fails
What is my
anyways.
DC? I
Yeah.
don't know what my DC would be.
If it got a total of 8.
Oh, good. Oh, 14 is okay. Yeah.
Yes.
And I did how much damage? 6. Oh, I did max damage. 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. That one. Basically, you see this fairy just materialize out of nowheres, and then it basically looks up at you, June, dives down into the water, and then all you hear is a.
It's just fucking water
There's this
explodes
torrent
everywhere.
of water that explodes from it, and
Oh
like
my
chunks
God.
of kobold.
Oh yeah.
Tasty.
Nummy.
Well-
It is, yeah. I'll keep this like right here, but he's technically gone. But you can summon a new one next turn, so that's disgusting.
That
And I can
is.
do
That
that
is
every turn.
awesome. Yeah, you can do that every turn.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that means it is back to the top of the round, making it Zul's turn. No, the enemy's turn.
Kobold's turns.
Okay.
Does the boat move at all during this?
Yes, they would have moved during.
Probably not far since the sail is going up and everything.
Right.
But it does get us closer to some people.
Okay. Okay, so that means they will bonus action, reload their crossbows, and fire again, for at the captain.
Is the captain getting some cover for this?
What's that?
It says the captain getting some like half cover or some shit because they're kind of like wedged in the.
Yes, and because it's a
bow of the boat.
halfling, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
very
very good
small.
point. So only 2 hit instead of 3. Good call.
I got your back, halfling friendo.
Person that
Pirate
I don't
fraud.
even know who you are.
Yeah.
Best not to get too attached. As you see, basically, he's summoning forward. He's kind of nursing the wound that he got hit on the side, and then hey, he's like, keep it going, get those sails up, and then one in the temple, and then one in the chest, and he falls.
No.
At which point the two scarecrows will blast out two fire bolts, not fireballs.
Oh boy, yeah, that would have been oof.
Oh, and one hits. Okay.
Does it have a raised AC since it's been lifted?
Yes, it
Maybe
does.
small,
Just
but
hang
still
on.
hits.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. I know. I'm asking a lot of you, computer. So much. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Fire!
Fire. Color. Okay. As you see, the sails instantly erupt into flames. And then the ones on the boats. The one on the boat will.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, he's gonna make a wisdom saving throw. You are correct.
Oh.
Hope you can swim. Rip.
I've got one arm. We'll see how that goes.
All right, he succeeds. Does anything happen on a success?
He takes half damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll half.
Oh, ignore the last one. What's the last one? 5.
Yep,
Wow.
So he takes 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay, at which point you see the kobold that's on the boat still. He focuses for a moment. His eyes beam with this glint of magical energy as his hands focus, and you can see this like visible vibration in the air, and you hear, and there's an explosion of force energy, at which point both Adriac and June have to make a saving throw.
Dex.
What saving throw?
Trying to remember. Yeah, Dex.
Dex, can I
which
see it?
He automatically
I get a 14.
succeeds. He automatically fails, I should say. You got a 14. What did you get?
What, can I see it?
Yes.
See where the, okay, then I get advantage. Oh, I definitely needed that. 19.
19. Okay. Okay. So Kai, Adriac, you take 9 points, and June takes 4 points.
I can't make a saving throw to save my life.
Let's see.
What kind of damage was that?
That was force damage.
Force damage?
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Thunder damage,
Okay.
which is sound damage. I
keep-
wish they
keep
would have kept
forgetting
it
that I
as
have
sonic,
resistance. I keep forgetting I have resistance on certain types of damage.
Yep. Yes, you do. Okay, so that is the kobold's turns. So it is now Zal.
Okay. All right. I've got some ideas. So Zook, just to run by some stuff here real quick. If I were to place a shatter right here, which has a radius of 10 feet, would you say it gets these guys,
Yeah,
or are they just like?
I'll be nice enough to say yes.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
And so now, because I have been seeing fireballs and crossbows and stuff being fired at poor Capitan, would I have a pretty good idea of where these guys are at? Because they are definitely probably out of my visual range.
You would have an idea where they are, so I'll say that you are not blinded, but you are still
Okay,
at the
well,
disadvantage if it's an attack roll.
There is no attack roll. It's just
Okay.
a point of my choice within range, so it doesn't even have to be visible. I can just place it. So, does that sounds good to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I wanted to pass that
Do you have
by
dark
you
vision?
before I. No.
Okay. So yes, because I'm being a nice DM, I will allow it.
I think the fire is like shoving my measurement tool like oh no, now it's working. Okay, so I'm going to move my full movement up to here. And then I am going to, I think I was doing some pre-measurements. Yep, I can throw a shatter like right in between the two of them right here.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw a shatter, hopefully to get this guy and this guy. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point must make a Constitution saving throw.
Does it do any more damage to objects?
To objects.
Because I thought shatter did more damage to like if they were like non-living.
A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. That's all it says.
Okay. I was wondering if it like because technically scarecrows are animated objects, so I was just making sure it didn't do more damage to them. So Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, Constitution saving throw. The hit DC is 15. They have to beat a 15 in con.
15 con. They both fail. Double 5.
Woohoo! And it does say at higher levels, when you cast the spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above 2nd. So that should just be... Well, I mean, I guess it tells me, doesn't it? Shatter. So... 4... Yeah, 4. So it's 4d8 instead of 3d8, because it is... I'm a warlock, so I have to cast everything at my max level.
Yep.
Which is 3rd. So... 4d8 damages for that. So that is, wow, really 2 1s?
Yep.
13 damage. The spell slot has been marked off. So that is most of Zal's turn. So Kogara is going to fly the full 60 feet to, well, here. No, it can't really. Well, it's to get into melee range. So that would put Kogara in melee range with this kobold, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Kogara will 60-foot fly, whoop, right there, and will use Sting against this kobold over here.
Okay.
And that's Zal's bonus action to make Kogara attack.
All right, so basically you send over the shatter, there's a boom! What kind of damage is that? Is that sonic damage? Or thunder, I should say?
Yeah, I believe it is. Let me double check, though. Yeah, it has a cloud, so yeah, it's like the sound, the thunder damage.
Right, okay. So yeah, there's a blast of energy. You see, you said it was how much damage?
It was 13.
13.
To both.
So you see the, like, pieces of the kobold just like it's being pasted,
Oh.
and there's a nice big kobold stain where it once stood. And the scarecrow has taken a substantial amount of damage from it, reeling back, and you hear this hollowish voice from the
I don't
damage
really
that
see
it
any of
took.
it.
Well, fuck you.
I
then.
might see the cobalt chunks fly.
Yeah,
that's probably about it.
As
And so, like, yeah,
Kogara will fly over and attempt to hit the kobold.
okay, yeah. So I will go ahead and
Do
roll
pseudo
attack
dragons
for
have
dark vision?
dark
Indeed they
vision?
do.
Yes. Okay. What's the modifier? Oh, that's right. I'm letting you. I'll let you roll it.
Yeah. What modifier?
The modifier to hit.
Oh, you were rolling for Kogara.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you do that.
Can we use
'cause
your
it's
roll
character.
instead? Fucking bullshit. It misses. It's a 7.
Good try.
to hit.
So, yeah, you see him fly over. It's a little too dark for it, and the target is just too small. He's not able to make purchase with his tail. Okay, so is there anything else you can do this turn?
I'm just kidding. Nope, that was full movement. That was an action and a bonus action.
All right, so this is turn 20. Well, initiative count 20. The boat is going to take damage. Okay, the
I would
sails
try
are
to put the boat out, but there's nothing I can do.
the sails are almost completely useless at this point. They're tattered. There's giant holes in them. The strings holding the masts up are lit up as well, and without the mast is basically threatening to fall over if something isn't done about it. Okay, so next turn would be Adriac. What do you do?
So is Captain Dude dead, or is he?
You make a medicine check if you want to take an action evaluating him. It will be an action to see if you want to do that. But he is currently on the deck of the ship. He doesn't look like he's doing very good.
Fuck it, I'm going to burn 2 first level spells.
Okay.
One as an action, one as a bonus action. So create water
Okay.
above the ship. It rains.
Wait. So are you casting 2 spells?
You can cast a spell and a cantrip,
Yes.
but not 2
Oh,
spells.
right. Okay. Even if it's a bonus action.
Yeah, it has to be. One of them has to be a cantrip.
Bitch. Okay. Well, I'll cast create water.
Okay. And that's 30
Sorry,
gallons.
Captain.
30. It's 10 gallons in a 30-foot cube.
10 gallons in a 30-foot cube.
Well, alternatively, the water falls as a rain in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area.
Okay.
I will cast it at higher level if need be.
Just try to think. Because it's pretty on fire now. So I'll leave it up to a roll. Go ahead and roll me a die 20. Add your spell modifier to it. It puts out quite a bit of it, but it is still on fire. So it's how long does that maintain for?
It's just one turn.
One turn. Okay. So quite a bit of it is put out, but without a maintained amount of water. It's got to reignite. Anything else you can do?
I will skirt up here, try to stay out of that kobold's range, and cast Spare the Dying on him. Because
Okay, that is a cantrip.
cantrip.
Okay, yeah, so basically there's a... He's still unconscious, but he is no longer dying. Okay, so that is Adriac's turn. And what are... it is the crewman's turn. All right, the crew basically see the sails are starting to get put out, and they go over to a big old thing of water, and they fill up some buckets, and they will both begin climbing the mast.
Cool.
As they enter the very hot mast, they will take fire damage.
To be honest, I was thinking on Zal's turn, he might just Eldritch Blast the fucking thing off the boat, but since they're going to be on there, probably won't do that.
So one of them just keeps going up the mast, and he's taking some burn damage, but he's got the bucket of water, and you see him splash the rest of it, which actually gets the rest of the hot embers with the combined effect of the water spell, of the create water spell that Adriac did. It puts out the remainder of the flames.
Cool.
And the other one takes too much damage and falls to the ground. He's still conscious. He's still conscious, but he does basically, he gets up about halfway, and then it's just too much damage for too hot for him to hold on to the mast, and he like lets go. And he takes 1d6 fall damage.
Pain.
Okay. So this one took 3. This one takes a total of 8. All right, that is their turn. He is stabilized. So it is Juniper's turn.
Okay, my bonus action, I will... Hold on, actually. What if I...
Well, keep in mind, how far within 5 feet, I think?
Yeah, it has to be 5 feet. I don't know what 5 feet is. It
It's
would
an
technically...
5 feet is 1 inch.
Would this incline, like if it was right here, would that still be in range?
That the incline won't, because you're going diagonal. So
Well, I
the
guess
incline's
technically
fine.
it can fly.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So then... Fuck. I'm like, I can't get close enough to spawn it to them.
Well, you can still move, but you'd provoke an attack of opportunity if you did so.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and attack this bitch.
Well, technically, you can still move, like, right here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll go ahead and attack him
Okay.
first. I don't have to do it first, so... Recluse.
Recluse.
16 plus 7.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. Uh, 11 damage.
Okay, hang on just a second.
No.
No. No.
Nuh-uh. I will not hold on.
So you said 11 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay, and make a reflex saving throw.
What? Dexterity saving throw?
Yes,
Yep.
sorry, dexterity
Why?
saving throw.
Why?
Because your DM said so?
Is it anything I can see?
Yes.
I can see.
Yes.
Okay.
He just needs to know if he gets
Yeah.
advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. 16 plus 2, so 18.
Okay, you successfully save. So basically, you make purchase with your axe, and you deliver a nice gash down its abdomen. The blood that trickles down from the kobold's wound, however, seems to like flow almost like magma as it sparks a little bit of a flame from the wound itself and blasts forward as he uses a reflex action to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, interesting.
And you take 17 divided by 2 for saving. So 8 damage. 8 fire damage.
So I take 4 because I'm resistant to fire.
There you go. Yeah, you are. You are resistant to fire. Very good. So yeah.
So every time I've
anybody
taken damage
else-
this whole time, it's always been 4 damage. So second attack. I'll go ahead and fuck him up if he's still not alive. Or
he is
he's
still alive. Yes.
Rather. No, why do you keep doing that?
Man, this guy's got a good amount of health on him.
That's fine. A 19, natural 19.
Yes, a natural 19 will hit. Yes.
Really min fucking damage.
Oof.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Tell me what happens.
Oh my god, I just cleave this bitch in half.
Alright, so
I
yeah.
hit him in the side, and then I did it again in the same fucking
So
spot.
basically, as the eruption of fire like blasts at you, there's this moment where there's nothing but flames in your eyes, and as it clears, there's just a grin in your face as you're like, really?
No, I take on the flames.
Fire?
I take on the flames, and my hair ignites instead.
Okay, yeah.
Like
so
it's
your
just entirely
hair's
fucking natural.
billow in flames, and you see the kobold go wide-eyed, and
what the
says
fuck that
something
means.
you don't know what it was, and the flames then combine around your sword as you cleave it in half, and just sploosh, part of it hits the lower half of the body falls on the deck of the boat, spilling out with blood, and the top half just sploosh.
Nice.
And then you hear
Okay.
Gorak from the other ones.
I just killed their leader, I think. And I'm very happy about that. Okay, so then I will move right here so that I can reach the spot where the pixie is, and I will summon the pixie right there
Okay.
with my bonus action. And then I will end my turn, and the pixie will explode.
Explosion.
So 1d6.
Well, it rolls a reflex save,
Good.
Yep.
Sorry,
Navarro's not
dexterity
within 5
saving
feet of
throw.
the
Oh my
pixie.
god, again!
and it fails.
And the DC was 14. Oh boy, yeah. So 6 points of damage.
Okay, 6. All right. So and that means he is gone.
Actually, I don't know what type of damage that is. What is that?
I thought it was force.
It might be force damage.
So that
can't believe
is. That's June's turn. So top of the round, it is the enemy's turns as disengage action. They are going to run. They are absolutely going to run. So this one can go 6 inches disengage.
Nah,
And then another 12, so it gets right here. Oops. Okay. This one is off the map. Okay, this one is also off the map. Okay, that is their turns. They are running.
My turn.
Yep, Zal, it is your turn.
Okay, so I want to try to do something cool. So I'm going to kind of run it over to the edge of the boat here, kind of where June is at. Oh, whoops. Sorry, June. Not trying to move you around. So I have a question,
Sure.
good DM friend of mine.
Sure.
So that's how you know it's going to be a good one. So Kogara is here.
Uh-huh.
And Kogara could move with a 60-foot fly to any like really over in this area in general.
Okay. Yep.
Kogara has dark vision.
Uh-huh.
Zal does not have dark vision, but Zal can share senses with Kogara.
Okay.
So could Zal share senses with Kogara to get a view on these guys as they're running and try to shoot an Eldritch Blast at them? What would blindness do to me anyway if I tried to shoot an Eldritch Blast?
You wouldn't be able
Or does
to
it
hit.
just be
It would
disadvantage
just be an
too?
auto fail. It would be an auto failure.
Oh, so blindness would be an auto fail, but
Yeah.
giving me dark vision would at least give me a disadvantage, which
So,
is at least
okay,
a try.
the way I'm going to rule this, what is
Uh-huh.
is it an action to share senses, or is it a bonus
shit, yeah, I
action?
don't know.
Because that's important.
That's a good question. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I need to. Is it in the find familiar?
Yes, it should be in Find Familiar.
Oh, yeah. No.
Is it
can't
an
do
action?
It's an action.
Yeah.
It's an action to do it
So yes, you can. You can share senses with it,
and see it, but since it's an
but
action,
you would have
I
to
can't.
do some bonus action-ish in order
Yeah,
to
okay.
do it. Basically, what I
yeah.
would have ruled is that you would have been at the disadvantage because trying to coordinate an attack from somebody else's perspective would be very
I
difficult,
thought about that.
but it wouldn't
It
be an
would be.
auto failure.
Now, here's a question, just for the future. If I were to train at that with Kogara, well, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, I guess, because it's well,
I
it might
would
still come in handy. If I were to train at it,
I would say
I
that
have any
if
potential to improve?
if you like spent a feat on it, I would say yes. I would say you would be
a
able
feat.
to. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like a custom
And
feat.
we
sort
would
of
make
thing.
like a custom feat for it. I would allow that. Something to
Interesting.
think
Well, I will
about
give some
later
thought
down
to
the
that.
road. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. Well, Kogara will just come return to me on the boat. There's nothing. There's nothing I can do. They are too far away.
Okay,
I'm
so
just
yeah,
like,
flies and lands on your shoulder.
Yes.
Okay, so that's Zal's turn, and that makes it Adriac. What are you doing?
Adriac is going to spend his turn removing these crossbow bolts and healing the captain.
Okay. So are you just using a spell, or?
Yeah, I'll just use a cure wound.
All right. Yeah, so I'm not going to make you roll medicine, because the cure wounds will repel the arrowheads, the bolt heads.
We did it, guys. We defended the Great Pumpkin. It is safe from the evil clutches of the kobolds.
Jesus Christ.
So he heals 15 HP.
15 HP. He is back up. Oh, he kind of picks himself back up. At which point it is the ferryman's turn. The captain will look around, assess the situation, and said, "Are they gone? Is the threat over?"
They seem to be running away.
Well, I say we let them. And he's gonna
June
spend
is
his
like hanging over the edge, just like vibrating.
Zal single arm hand rests on June's shoulder and just says, "It would be a fool's errand to chase after them.
All right, Clint.
Though I know
Ophrys,
you are quite the fool."
replace the ropes. Bring up the spare sail.
Oh, the spare sail. Fuck yeah.
Oh, you think?
guy's got it.
Of course, they got a spare sail. You're not stupid.
Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. Well, look, I'm stupid, so I didn't think there would be a spare sail, okay?
And if he would
How
have
about
died,
that?
you might not have known that.
Exactly. So good thing we saved the captain.
All right, yeah, and so they'll begin replacing the burnt ropes and grabbing the sail, and he's just gonna sit down and start kind of nursing his wounds a little bit. That makes it June. What do you do? Are you gonna let them run? Vibrating.
Yeah, he's just like, he just wants blood.
Blood.
They're too far, yeah. He won't be able to catch up in time. So he'll just sit here and chill the fuck out.
Try to chill the fuck out.
All
well,
right.
if nothing happens within, if I don't attack anything or be hit, then my rage fades. So it doesn't
Right.
take very long for it to
Yeah,
fade. So you just see June take like a deep breath, and then exhale, and then he's fine.
All's fine. Everything's fine.
Oh my gosh.
But yes, you are correct, Fig.
Yes, a murder boner.
June has a murder boner. Yeah.
Yes.
June
All right.
always has a murder boner.
Yes, he does.
Let's see here.
It's just a constant third leg.
Okay. As the threat passes and they begin tending to the boat and repairing, and the captain will begin wrapping his burn marks up and kind of looks over to you and says, "Thank you. Consider this trip on me. You saved my life."
Well, while they're doing the sale and whatnot, I'll be doing a prayer of healing because I am also hurt. Some of the crew is hurt. The captain's still hurt.
Yes.
Everybody's hurt.
Okay.
I took no damage.
So,
Fuck you.
I took a little bit of damage. I took about 12 points.
While that happens, I need to take a little tinkle, so we will take a small 5-minute break.
Small break.
Small break.
Tinkle winkle.
We'll be back. So we are back, and so you go over and you make that prayer of healing as you see the holy energy kind of go throughout the air, and basically the swirling of your spirit guardians instead turns into this like golden dust throughout the air that just surrounds all the people on the boat as you heal everybody for how much?
I think I said 13.
It was 13, yeah.
13 points of damage, and you see them. Well, that's pretty damn useful. All right, let's get this show on the road. Ophis, sails ready? Aye, Captain.
Ophis.
And they pull the sails back up, and they let them go down. Catches the wind, and you begin propelling forward. Let's get your minis off the board so they don't go into the void when I pack up.
Void.
Into the void. Hey. There we go. Oh, hey, look. The fairy.
Well, I think it's because you didn't save it.
Right, I didn't
just
save it.
packed it.
Yeah, because nothing really happens. But I like the void.
The void is very comfortable.
Okay, so it is, you were all getting very tired after that encounter. It was already kind of late, but now it's like it's past your bedtime.
It's all sweepy.
You see one of the Ophis will climb up the middle mast, well, the only mast I should say, goes into the crow's nest, and he'll pull out a spyglass, and he just keeps a lookout for what good he can see. The captain will keep the lantern on front of the in the front of the boat, projecting outwards, and he'll curl up on the end and basically begin sleeping. What are you guys doing?
I'm fucking sleeping.
I was gonna say we could probably set up right in the middle or something. Take
Yeah.
turns keeping our own watch.
Okay. So who takes the
Yeah,
first
just to
watch?
keep a beat on what's around. I will take the first watch.
Okay. Zal, make a perception check.
Don't tell me what to do.
Fine. You automatically die.
Yay! It's
Don't
what
tell
I
me
always
what to
wanted.
do.
Okay, I was about to say. I tried. It was lagging a bit. I was trying
Yeah.
to pick up the D20, and I thought maybe you had locked it to be an asshole.
Ooh, good roll.
Ooh, not terrible. Yeah, if only my perception wasn't shit. I mean, it's a good roll. So I got a 19.
19. Basically you are sailing down the river, and you can hear the crickets and other night creatures of this area kind of harmonizing together in the way that they do at night. The watch is uneventful, and nothing significant happens.
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming we discussed like in what stages we wanted the watches. So who's taking the next one?
I can. That's fine.
Okay. So Zal goes, wakes Adriac up, and says, "Nothing happened. Just a lot of noises of the night. Pretty uneventful."
Tired
just
nodding. Okay, I'm up. I'm up.
Okay. So,
like shakes you gently at first, and then you don't move, and then he shakes you like more, and then you don't move, and then it starts shaking you kind of violently, and you're like, "Ah, I'm up."
the crewmates switch out their shifts, and the other one climbs up to the mast, and they basically, the Ophis will sleep, take his turn to sleep.
Have a good night, Ophis.
You too. And rolls up and heads to bed. Adriac, make a perception check.
Nine.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck!
Oh
One of us is gonna die tonight.
no. Oh boy.
I would say Kogara is up, by the way, keeping an eye out. Just
Okay.
on
Wisdom
everything.
saving throw?
Yes.
Modified 20.
Modified 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
God.
You see a shadow in the distance, and it lurks up onto, basically crawls up the side of the ship and comes towards you, basically slinking its way towards you. And you see this, these eyes as it flickers at you, and you see it pulls off, like the shadow actually pulls up from the ship and curls up and engulfs you for a moment, but you just kind of clench your eyes and you push your will out towards it, open your eyes up again, and it is gone.
Hey, Jack, if you don't look around, nobody else saw that, right?
Nobody else saw that. Because you can see, forget what I named the other one. You see Ophis 2. Looking out on the spyglass, he doesn't seem to be reacting to it.
Oh my god.
We'll have Ophis and Ophus.
Ophis and Ophis Jr.
But does Kogara see it?
Because
Because he did
Kogara's
say
getting
before
it.
you did that.
Yeah.
That
Well,
Kogara
I
was
had established that Zal was gonna be keeping Kogara up all night from that point forward to keep an eye on things. This was like last game I had said that. So-
Kogara doesn't seem to be alarmed. He's basically perched up nearby where Zul is, but doesn't seem to be reacting any
Just doesn't see
differently.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the end of your watch, and nothing else happens.
Okay. Okay, we're good. We're fine. We're good. We're fine. He'll go wake June up.
Okay.
Mm.
Jude, you are shooken awake by your servitor
Okay.
friend.
Seems to be a quiet night. So,
Mm-hmm.
have fun.
Okay.
He's not admitting to this right now.
Well, yeah. When he's tired anyway, he wants to go the fuck to sleep. He doesn't want to talk about the mysterious shadow.
Right?
He gives a fuck about that.
All right, Jude, make a perception check.
Boy. Woo. This is not my side of the board. I don't like that you rolled something. 10.
Okay. So you're about an hour into your watch at this point, looking about and looking off into the distance, and it's boring. But then you look over and you see one of the crewmates over by where Zal is. And it looks like he's rummaging through Zal's stuff. And then you kind of look around and you notice, wait a minute, there's an extra crewmate. Who is that?
I'll get up very quietly. I'm just kind of moving. No, yeah, I'm gonna attempt to stealth.
Okay.
I'll get up very quietly and approach.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like the figure is in this dark cloak with the hood over their head, and is just very carefully, like, if you weren't looking right in that direction at that time, you would not have noticed this person. And they are very quietly looking through his pouch.
How the fuck did they get on a boat so quietly when it's surrounded by water?
Right?
They are a ninja.
Ninja.
Are they crouched down or?
They are, yeah. They're currently crouched down and they're looking into Zal's pouch.
Look at my
Backpack,
stuff.
I should say.
I will. Do I have? I do have a dagger. I'll unsheath a dagger very, very slowly.
Okay,
so it
make a
doesn't
stealth
any
check.
sound. Okay. Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20 does not seem to acknowledge the sound as you very carefully.
Creep up, pull out a dagger, and I'll very pointedly press it against like the nape of its neck. Of
Okay,
whoever's
are
neck
you attempting to
it is.
grapple him, or are you just placing it to the?
I'm just placing it
Okay.
so that
Just-
they'll feel it.
The figure just kind of stops and just doesn't move.
If you value your life, you will stand very slowly.
You see, the person just kind of slowly stands up and raises his arms. Well, their arms, I should say. The hood is still blocking them. You're basically, their back is to you right now. They stand.
Now, who would pay us a nice little visit in the dead of night in the middle of the river?
Doroshealana. You hear a feminine voice, but deep enough that it might be masculine.
What did that person just
What
say?
did they say?
Darani Shalana. Do you speak Elvish?
I sure don't.
You sure don't? Then you have no idea what that person just said.
Turn around.
And he does so. And the hood is basically darkening any sort of. You see, like the eternal flames that are flickering. Just kind of all you can see is this person's chin with this dark purplish skin. Just holding up his hands.
Pull back your hood.
Does so very slowly as you see almond-shaped eyes, long pointed ears, and silverish hair.
Nom nom nom. Almonds.
Almonds.
He just kind of.
Are they cute? I have to ask. I have to ask.
16 charisma.
Smut time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty attractive. Very angular features. Looks not wet at all. So you're not sure how exactly they got onto the boat without getting wet, or if they were already
but
on.
June is
They
wet
were
now.
maybe a stowaway. I'm ignoring that. But the flowing, like, silverish hair, just it's almost like an ethereal shimmer to it.
Am I able to see any weapons on them?
If he has weapons, then
They're
it's
hidden in a very convenient compartment.
it's hidden in the cloak. God damn it!
Oh my god. Remove
Someone's
the
gotta
cloak.
do it. Oh, now you're ordering him to strip?
Just the cloak.
Make a persuasion check, or an intimidation check,
I was
whichever's
gonna do
better
an
for you.
intimidation check.
Yeah. This will be charisma based because you're not basically using your strength.
I'm
for this.
threatening them.
Right, but you're
I
using
have a
your
knife
words.
pointed at them.
You're using
That's
your
fair.
words, not your stature.
That's fine. I still have +6.
Disrobe. Yes, Adam, disrobe. We're gonna
Disrobe.
strip the intruder and
Yes.
publicly shame them.
Wow. Oh, okay. Rolled off on one natural one. 17 plus 6.
Ooh, 23.
And you'll see he slowly unfastens what looks like this beautiful silverish trinket with it's got a moon, a full moon in the center with 2 crescent moons on either side of it, and
Oh.
just quickly unclasps it. Well, slowly, I should say, unclasps it, and he begins to pull the cloak down. At which point I'm gonna okay, hang on. Let me think. As he pulls it down, it basically reveals this like darkened leather armor with ornate silver traced through it. He's got several weapons. He's got like a bandolier of daggers going down his chest, and as he's pulling it down, it's weird. His surroundings begin to shimmer, and like mist and steam begins to kind of billow off of him as you see his form become slightly translucent and turns into fog. And he is gone as he uses Misty Step.
I look around. That's not very far. Can I see it? Can I see him?
Make a perception check.
Oh, jeez.
What are the components to that spell?
That's a good question.
They might have it as a natural ability.
That's true.
Oh, that was terrible. 5.
But just saying, like, if it has like some auditory components or something, like
I'm
if
pretty
there's something
sure it's
obvious for you to
well,
see,
actually, it might be.
Verbal.
and then you could like potentially
Yeah, it's
threaten to
verbal.
stop them or something.
So you do hear a.
I wouldn't be able to react fast enough for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, with your 5, you.
It's a bonus action to use too, so
Yeah, so
it's real fast.
turns into mist, and they're not there anymore.
Fuck.
What do you do?
Well, I'm looking around.
5 perception.
Yeah, my 5 perception.
You do not see anyone. You don't even hear like a
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
off in the distance or anything like that. No rustling of leaves or anything
They
like
were
that.
in Zal's?
They are gone. What?
They were in Zal's pack?
They were going through Zal's backpack. Yes.
I'll smack Zal awake.
Zal, you're
Smack?
smacked awake.
Smack.
Like,
Stop.
like shakes his head and kind of what?
Come here.
Okay, gets up and follows you.
I found someone rummaging through your things. Check it, see if there was anything that was taken.
All right. Was anything taken?
Make a perception check.
Fuck.
Let's see if he was able to. This will.
Not,
what I'll do
not an
is
investigation, because I'm like rummaging through my pack and like
Okay.
investigating through stuff.
Sure, you can use investigation.
I mean, I feel like this is like a more
Yeah,
detail-oriented
no,
search.
absolutely, that's fine. You're basically accounting for everything that you remember being in there.
Motherfucker. Investigation is an 11.
As far as you're concerned, everything's still there.
If there was like a very specific thing I would be trying to like keep an eye out for, like would I know about that?
Sure. What in particular are you hoping that wasn't taken?
Well, I have. Oh shit! There's so many cool things that I actually have. Well, so like the ashes of Seiryu, I would say, and like the javelin are like probably on me or something. Like
Yep.
'cause they're
Your ashes are
But-
right where you left them. That's probably the first thing you do is make sure that's still there. They're still
yeah, that,
right
and,
where you left
and
them.
the skyrock.
The javelin is still holstered where you had it, and the skyrock, it
Skyrock.
looks like it was disheveled, and it's now at the top of the backpack where you had it
Okay.
towards the bottom.
So maybe,
And
yeah.
you're getting
so
the
maybe
idea that might be what they were after.
that
but they
June
were-
interrupted them.
But they
and
were
sat it down.
interrupted. Yes.
Interesting. I actually have been meaning to say I've been interested to potentially put the Skyrock like in or on my staff. I just keep forgetting to bring it up. At some point, like obviously we're not going to do this in the middle of the.
Also,
fucking
the
night,
Skyrock
but...
is about yay big.
Oh,
for
hold on, I'm not
comparison.
looking at you. Yeah, so it's a pretty hefty.
Yeah,
Skyrock.
and it's not all like, and it still is shimmering that bluish color.
Uh-huh.
But it's not all that crystal. Like there are jagged crystals off of it. There's also like a blackened ore around it as well. But
Okay.
yeah, the actual parts of the crystal are glowing that bluish color.
Yeah, no. I have some ideas as far as that staff idea is concerned, but we obviously have to talk about that later.
Cool,
But
yeah.
cool, okay, so Skyrock is there, my Javelin and my Ashes are there, because Ashes would have
Yep.
been pretty important as
You
well.
also check, and your gold pouch just seems to be unmolested. Everything seems.
Is my camel still there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Your camel is still there.
Good.
Camel is very confused.
Camel is very confused. Okay, so Zal, after kind of doing a pretty thorough rummage, looks at June and just says, well, it looks like all of my things are accounted for. It did seem that the Skyrock we had found when we first met was displaced pretty far from where I was storing it in the sack, so it's possible you had interrupted the individual right as they were about to take off with it.
That's good at least. Tell me, would anyone be following you for any particular reason?
As far as Evan is concerned, no, I don't think anybody would have a reason to follow us all. But Zook, is there anything no idea? Zal has no idea. Nope. Okay. Pretty much figured, yeah. Zal just kind of looks at you with like this very like confounded face that you would like even kind of ask him that question, because they first of all, like his travels around. They're probably not even super all like that well known. Like some people have probably heard of him, but and then Zal too, like the only people he was ever really close with was his tribe in general, and like
Is he telling June this?
no, I guess I'm kind of for myself kind of explaining why.
Okay.
Sort of, so I know.
Like,
but
why are you telling me this out of character? Because that doesn't help anything.
No, I know. But yeah, that's kind of the stuff. But it's also me just kind of putting the logic in order too. So, yeah, Zal looks at you with like this really confused, like, following me? Like, why would anybody follow me? And then says, no, not to my knowledge. I don't think anybody would ever even really have a reason to follow me.
Would I have recognized the brooch? Whatever that symbol was.
Make a either religion or history check at the disadvantage.
Okay, history's not bad. Ooh, that's terrible. 10.
10? No, not at all.
Would you happen to know of any symbols that have, what was it? It was a moon with 2 crescents?
Yeah, it was a full moon with 2 crescent moons on either side.
Yeah. Would you recognize a symbol like that?
Zook, would I recognize a symbol like that?
Let me pull up the actual symbol first.
Okay.
It's going to be a much higher difficulty for you because of your background.
Okay.
And you are at the disadvantage, so you're gonna have to roll really good.
Me?
But yes, yeah.
Because of my background.
Because you are not you're not from civilization, from the same civilization that Token is.
I see.
So you have a
Okay.
less of a chance of actually knowing this.
Yeah. And so what's the role? Either history or religion?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I am proficient in history, but so still at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Because Fig is being a derp and gave you a
Oh.
crit.
Oh shit! I got a crit.
Okay, but that's only one of the 2 rolls.
What? That's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
Why is that
You're
how that
still at
works?
the disadvantage. So one
That's
of them is a
dumb.
natural 20. Unless
I
they
feel
want
like
to
that-
unless they want to spend another one. I'm sorry, it's disadvantage. That's 2 rolls.
Yeah, I know,
Rude.
but I figured that, and like I'll do whatever you want. I don't really care that much, but I will say my general intuitive understanding was that like as a roll in total would just count as a crit. Yeah, Sig, you can do whatever you want.
That's up to 6. So one of them is a natural 20. I'm sorry, I have to be.
I only got one left, guys.
Okay, you got a natural 20. Hang on just a second.
Thank you, Sig. I don't like that. I get it, but that's just not what I was expecting.
Not everything's going to be in your favor.
I never said. Well, it definitely wasn't, but it was a chat member who paid for it, so
That's fair. Okay.
like I'm fully fine with the disadvantage. We can talk about it later too. I'm really not like that worried about it. But
Yeah,
like I said,
that's
just
gonna be
definitely
a dislike
wasn't.
at the end of the session.
If yes, I noted that in my brain. I was like, we're gonna talk about this.
Okay. So, I will allow that other 20 to go somewhere else, Sig, because you're right. I'm being a dick because I don't want you to know, but it is what it is. So this is the symbol right here.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I
was
see.
it vertical or was it horizontal?
It was horizontal because it was the way it
horizontal.
was classed.
Okay.
But you have heard of these. There's a group that you have heard of from your friend Valdrag, who told you about this ancient order of thieves and assassins that worked purely under the night of the full moon, and they are known as the Obus Assassins, and that is what you get with a natural 20.
Okay, so an ancient order of assassins that have worked under the what of the full moon?
The light of the full moon.
The light of the
Yes.
full moon. Called the what?
The Obus Assassins. OBIS. Assassins.
OBS.
OBIS.
OBIS.
OBS.
Got IBS.
They are highly trained individuals. You have heard rumors from Valdrag that they're supposedly trained at birth. And there's never been a record of one being captured.
Okay, and so like I only know that they work under the light of the full moon. I don't know of like any specific civilization that they kind of hail from. I just know that they like
Did
exist.
you is that 20 going towards history or was it religion? Because that'll be different information.
It was history.
History.
I was rolling for history because I'm proficient in it. It was going to give me a better bonus.
It is a worldwide. Supposedly, there have been records of this organization across the world,
Okay.
and
okay.
they don't claim any specific affiliation with any specific culture. I'll say that's enough for a natural 20 on an obscure sect of friggin'.
No, you're right. I mean, I figured, but I just in general, when like sects are a thing, they normally like sometimes they're like, you know, they have allegiance to a specific like place.
Yep.
which is the only reason I would ask. Mwahaha! Suck the DM's secrets that he doesn't want to give.
Why did I put that in there? I should take that off and make it bits only.
Yeah, okay, you
No,
can do that,
no,
yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I put it on there. It's also something you guys can sink your channel points into, so eventually you won't have any points left.
Yeah.
Speaking
To be
of
honest,
which,
I'm
remember
like,
there are
I'm
community
down.
challenges going on. You can spend up to 2,000 points.
Thing goes, I have money.
You have Gib. No, just kidding.
Yeah, but we have Zook has a very specific incentive though to then let you break the game in favor of money.
Yes, that is true. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I guess Zal would say, I don't know a whole lot, but I've heard some rumors from a friend of mine a long time ago about an ancient order of assassins called the Obus Assassins that, use a similar symbol of the one you described. I find it hard to believe that it would be them just because of how specially trained they are and things. I don't know what interest they would have with us.
June will look around and see if anyone's dead.
Nope. Nobody's dead.
No. So both crew members, the captain.
Yep. Even if you go over,
other
check their
three.
pulses, you can hear one of them snoring. Everyone's. Yep.
Okay.
He just rolled really bad on his stealth. I rolled a natural 5 on his stealth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was
boy.
not
My
good.
perception was terrible too.
Yeah.
Well, the one time one of them fucked up.
Yep.
Well, they've fucked up before. They've just never been captured.
Well, no, I get you.
Okay.
He should go back to stealth school.
Well, he's gone, so that's fine, I guess. So long as they're not still around. Okay, go back to sleep.
Do you think we should keep our stuff maybe a little closer to us, especially this Skyrock, if it seems to have so much significance?
Potentially.
All right. So Zal picks up, puts everything back in his bag because I assumed he kind of ripped a lot of it out to just make sure everything was still there. But then kind of brings it over with him where he was sleeping and sort of kind of curls around it to make it way more difficult for somebody to try to rummage through.
Okay. What do you guys do?
I go to bed.
Go back to sleep.
You go back
June
to
will
sleep.
finish his watch.
You finish your watch. There's the crest of night in the crest of the day, the day star, cresting in the west as it rises into the sky.
Neat.
And everyone, one by one, except for Adriac, wakes up. All right.
Well, they're on a boat and nothing's happening, so Zal will just let Adriac sleep
Yay!
for once.
As you guys begin,
June will since we can't have a bonfire, June will use produce flame and hold his kettle, and he'll just heat up and make tea.
Yep. Okay. So you begin heating up some tea, and the captain will open up his backpack and then begin distributing some rations to his crew. And he looks at it for a second, and he thinks, he's like, "You guys hungry?"
Oh, that's okay. We have our own.
Yeah. I
Food.
appreciate it, but yeah, we came prepared.
Well,
Would you like some tea?
I'll take some tea. Sure.
Okay. I
Wouldn't have
want to
offered the food. I have a limited supply, but it should at least get us to Fulukan before we have to restock. But I figured you saved my life. Least I could offer. But sure, tea sounds good.
Very
And,
well.
Yeah, so your tea finishes and
I'll bring out the cups.
So as we're kind of sitting here with like the crew and the captain, Zal would ask some stuff, and
Okay.
one of the things he's gonna ask is, have you guys? Do you guys sail up north? I mean, I assume so, but do you sail in northern on the river very often?
before I go into that, what was that natural 20 that I just saw?
That was me being an idiot. Adriax enjoying his sleep.
Okay, you're really good at sleeping.
I am really good at sleeping. Yes. Well, it's like,
Wow.
okay, normally he sleeps in, but they're on a boat, and he's not used to this. He doesn't fucking care. He's sleeping.
The captain will respond, and we make it up to Fulukan, all the way up to Anyo on monthly basis. Like, this is the first time the Sintomarashi clan has come this far to the river, and I don't know what those
Okay.
abominations they were with.
Interesting. So how do you?
Sintomoashi?
Yeah.
Sintomoashi.
Are you just typing it out?
Yep.
Why can I not copy and paste? That's stupid.
That is stupid.
Sintomoashi. Zal just kind of nods and sort of murmurs to himself a little bit and is like, I wonder if there's something driving them down this far. Then
It's the only thing I can think of. They
yeah,
keep to their woods. They don't really come this far.
okay. Further than I'm taking notes. I'm sorry. So Zal will kind of nod in agreement, and then we'll ask, you wouldn't happen to have heard any rumors of an autumn snow up in the northern woods, have you?
Autumn snow. Let's see. There's going to be a very high difficulty. Wait, before I do that, there was another crit. Did you want me to spend that on him?
Oh.
Sig?
Crit.
Does he
Well,
know
because
who
Sig
Autumn
paid for
Snow
2
is?
crits,
Yes.
and then I
Oh.
convinced Duke that one, that
Yes.
even with the disadvantage, a crit should be considered just a
So-
success. But well, yeah,
Technically,
there's a crit floating around somewhere, and you know where it's gonna go.
yes, because if he might have heard if there's a natural 20 involved, but I'll
Sig, we need you.
I'll give it a little bit longer to see if that's where they want to put the crit.
Because of
As
stream delay.
He's thinking for a moment, and autumn snow.
What?
What?
Sig, what?
Your second crit. Where do you want? Basically, he's trying to get information out of the captain to see if he knows. Right. Do you want the captain to use the second crit to know information about autumn snow, the person
Or
that
do you
he's
wanna hold
looking
it?
for, or do you want to hold it for
Yeah.
later? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Autumn snow.
The info.
Give the info.
She's your kind, isn't she? A Goliath?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I've heard of her. She's further north, past the jungles. last time I heard, kind of a recluse, but makes her way into the town nearby every once in a while. But I mean, from what I hear, she keeps to herself.
That sounds about right. Thank you for that information. That's very helpful.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. What do you... God, I don't want to sound racist, but do you know her?
I mean, that's fair, and Zal kind of like, because Zal is very familiar with her, is kind of taken back by like, well, what do you mean? Right? Like, of course I know her, but kind of his face sort of recognizes like, oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
just because we're both Goliaths,
Yeah.
we all know each other.
Right. Realizes like, oh, bigger world. Right. Okay. And it replies with, well, yes, I do. She actually used to be a member of my clan further south. And once she became a little older and felt like she might be inhibiting us, decided to strike off on her own. And it's very common practice.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I mean, that's all I've heard. Just from my travels, really. Hell, you could probably get to the city that she frequents. Well, frequents by boat. We're not going that far north, but I can get you most of the way.
That would be much appreciated.
Sure. We'll have to make a few stops on the way. Like I said, we need to replenish our stocks, probably repair the boat. I don't want to be using the spare sail, and if we're down, if we get attacked again, that's the last sail. So when we get to Fluocon, I definitely want to resupply, get things built up, and that is technically what I was going to get paid for. Now, because you saved my life, I'm willing to take you a little bit further up the river. I can't take you the whole way.
What's your standard fee to Anyo?
To Anyo? That's usually, let's see, that's usually about a 7-day travel. So we're talking 5 gold a day. So
Shit.
735.
35 gold.
Did I do that right? 35.
Yeah, that's math. That's proper math.
So I'll say I'll trim it in half.
Well,
So-
yeah. I mean, let me. Well, I'll kind of just look over at June because we're all a part of this conversation at this point. Really, like June hears what's going on, and Zal will say, "I can easily cover 5 of that, save some of my money for supplies and stuff, but I can throw 5 towards that price."
I'll cover the full.
Oh, all right then. So
Money spenders.
So half of
alright.
35?
half of 35 is what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So that's
So it'd be like 17.
15. We'll make it
Would
even.
be 34.
We'll make it an even 15.
15.
Yep.
Oh, so
Even
just
15.
30
We'll
gold.
call it good.
Easy.
So half of 30. Yeah, whatever.
Do you give it to him right now?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. You see him kind of look around, and he shovels it into. You see him take another pouch, and he puts a few of the coins in that one, and separates it a little bit. But he puts the majority into his own. And it's like, all right, well, you've got yourself a captain. So why are you headed so far north?
Well,
June's
you
just
remember me
staring at
asking
Zal.
you about autumn snow?
Well, I mean, is that like the only reason you're going up there is for one person? Can't you just send a letter?
Question: does Zal's clan know about letters? Do they do letters?
They have messengers, I would assume. Yes, they probably
Okay,
train
that's
like
fair. That's
wildlife.
fair. There's
Yeah.
probably some animals. You're right. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They're not that tribal. Just this epiphany, like a letter.
Well, it kind of dictated how hard I had to think about why we didn't just send a letter. Well, the nature of our quest is a little lengthy for written correspondence. So it was just best that we made our way up towards her ourselves.
Well, if you go to a more magically inclined city, hell, Azuyuko has magical messengers. Could have just sent an instantaneous message from one of the spellcasters there.
Yes, but those are limited to word count, and I figure we're probably going to have some lengthy conversations.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Well,
1, 2, 3.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, so what exactly are you looking out of this autumn snow? I mean, is it just a reunion tour? I'm sorry if I'm prying. You don't have to answer that.
Autumn Snow was a hero of sorts in our tribe. There is information that I have come across that some potentially ill things might be happening soon in certain regions. So I figure if somebody might know something about it, well, it might be her.
Fair enough. I will warn you though, that town, that junglish town up there that I said she frequents, shit kind of goes down there.
What kind of shit?
Like
June is suddenly interested in conversation.
it's just, it's a little bit ominous, all right? I've been there like 2-3 times at max, and everyone there is just kind of, I'm just gonna be honest, they creep the shit out of me. They're creepy people.
Zal is just gonna, so you know, Zal was being pretty personable, pretty amicable, you know, is just kind of gonna drop into, it's not that he's not really trying to be intimidating, right? But he just, if he's anything but in a very specific mode, he just looks like he hates everyone. So he's gonna kind of drop into that and place a hand on the captain's shoulder and just say, I've taken a lot of shits in my day. I think I'll be okay.
I take a shit almost every day.
I sure hope so. And June just drinks his tea.
He kind of just slaps you on the shoulder.
Doesn't really get the joke.
Oh my god.
Like just the insinuation.
Yeah, pretty much.
You guys got it, right? Like it didn't just go over
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
head, right? Okay.
I'm assuming Adriac's still asleep. I don't know.
Adriac,
Yeah, I'm
you
assuming Adriac's
finally
asleep.
wake up.
He doesn't want to. He's just laying
You
there.
took some psychic damage because Zal's sense of humor is so dry.
You feel awful, Adriac. You feel like you haven't slept at all. Your eyes are drowsy. You didn't take a level of exhaustion, luckily, but you do not feel very awake right now. But you also feel at that kind of limbo point of, you know that you're not going to be able to get any more sleep, but like
Right.
you could really use some more. But you guys see Adriac rouse. The servitor awakens.
I
What
don't
I
want
find it
to.
interesting, like, well, so the thing is servitors are pretty rare, correct?
Yes.
So, like, is it weird that he knows what a servitor is, or is it
So-
relatively, like, common knowledge that they exist, just people don't see them?
Yes, basically,
Okay.
servitor here or like centaur anywhere else. So like
Gotcha.
it'd be a lot more rare to see a centaur in these parts than it would to be a servitor, but they're
Okay.
still pretty rare.
Gotcha.
Hey, sleepyhead. Yeah, you. Polka dots.
Yes.
You hungry?
Okay.
No.
Suit yourself, Miss Cranky Pants. Mr. Cranky
Shit.
Pants.
My headset might be dying.
And he just kind of sits down in front of the the front of the boat, and will keep an eye out on the river ahead, and they continue navigating down the road, the stream, the river, I should say. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or do, either amongst yourselves or with any of the crew, before we elapse another night?
I will say that Zal, kind of to himself a bit, sort of just thinking out loud, and it's a big point of relief for him too. Will kind of just say out loud, but kind of muttering to himself, but you guys could hear, like, if you were paying any sort of attention. Just kind of, he gives kind of a big sigh. It's good to know that she's been spotted up there.
It will mean that this trip wasn't wasted.
She does. I mean, I figured we'd find some good information along the way, whether we found her or not.
I'm curious as to what he meant by creepy.
Would I have any ideas as to like, when he said creepy, would I know what kind of creepy he's talking about? Would that be an insight check?
Sure.
Because there's like different levels of creepy.
Yeah, you wouldn't know anything about that area.
Or like ghosts are creepy. You get what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Make an insight
Cool.
check.
Cool,
Like, you wouldn't
cool.
have any specifics, but you might get kind of an idea of like
What
how
kind of
he
jitters he
actually
was getting.
feels about. Yeah.
Because then like spiders are also creepy, but I feel like they're a different creepy than like ghosts.
Right.
Wow, my die really likes 8. Hold on. Insight is just a +1, so it's a 9. I probably just don't really have any idea.
I'll give you a little bit. It's more of like an uncanny valley sort of creep.
Okay, okay.
Adric is debating the logistics of casting sleep on himself.
What's your AC? I mean, what's your HP?
41.
You would have to roll really good in order.
I would
do
have
it.
to roll really good and cast it at 3rd level.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing though too, that you have to think about. If you roll pretty high but don't knock yourself out, then you're gonna be that kind of tired from when you wake up from like a nap at the bad time and your head's like pounding and you're just super groggy. You really want that?
He already feels like shit, so.
All right.
Oh, all of you have gotten a long rest, by the way. So, just like,
But it only lasts a minute, and it's like, is it worth
Oh.
it for a minute of sleep?
No, definitely not. Oh, I need to say who's covering that. Fool. So I will do my long rest.
So I'm
Yeah.
imagining Adric just like lounging a little bit because he doesn't want to get up. He's awake.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, like I said, Zalt doesn't care because we're traveling. So like, you can sleep because whether you sleep or not, we're still moving towards the goal. So he doesn't really
Right.
care.
Right.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about having a vehicle. I don't know how these cards got all disheveled, but okay.
I blame M.
Oh, what?
Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. So you continue down the river. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about with the crewmates before we elapse another night?
We can just do, if we could just do like a quick check-in with Zal, just kind of asking them about the tribe that the captain mentioned, the kobolds like attacking and stuff, and just kind of their take on it. That way I don't have to like RP necessarily, but Zal
Sure.
would probably check in with them just to see what their thoughts are.
With the crewmate?
Yeah, just with the other crew members.
Sure. So the Sintomawashi tribe, they're just basically they're probably one of the more prominent tribes of kobolds in the area. They mostly stick to forests that lead into underground, like burrows and whatnot. But they usually stay further inland, so they don't usually typically like they're more to the west area around like here-ish on the map.
Sure. Yeah, okay.
So them being this far out is, you know, something must there must be a reason for them coming out this far, but other than that, there's not a
Gotcha.
whole lot of information.
I'm debating if June wants to bring up the fucking. It was a drow, right? That he found?
Yeah, you would know that out of character. Does your character know what a drow is?
I don't know.
Go
Are
ahead and
drow prominent?
make a history check.
Okay. Wow, that was not great. 14.
14. You've heard of the drow. You don't know a whole lot about them. You know that they're generally underground. They're from the Underdark, but other than that, you don't know a whole lot about their society. You know that they
Okay.
don't like sunlight.
I see. Yeah, that's really weird. He was speaking in Elvish. Though, would I know that drow speak Undercommon?
With a 14, no.
No. Well, they're Elvish looking, so I'm assuming they speak Elvish.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those languages. Like Elvish is one of those languages. You know it's Elvish just by hearing it. Just same like we would probably know something is like Russian or Ukrainian, or
Yeah,
at least
just by
from
the
that,
way.
just by the way
Yeah.
somebody says it, or German, for instance. You know, even though we don't speak it, we would know that it sounds like that because
yeah,
Elvish is a very
sound.
prominent language in Orth. So.
I'll keep quiet.
Okay.
I'll go back to paying attention to the landscape.
And what is Adriac doing aside from lounging?
And considering putting himself to sleep.
Lounging extremely hard.
Okay, so he probably doesn't like getting up and walking around on the boat, and he's regretting his choice to suggest the boat. But he's just going to sit there and deal with it because he suggested it and got his way.
Okay. Is
So
there any...
just gonna.
What?
He's just going to keep to himself and maybe try to take a nap.
Sure.
But
Well,
you
know, Zal, after checking in with the crew, would also probably go and check in with June and Adriac about just the fight and just how they're doing. Like, can probably tell that they're doing like fine health-wise or whatever, but you know, battles are battles, and you know, pretty mentally fatiguing, worrisome, hard to deal with. So Zal would probably pose the question, how are you doing after combat last night?
Is this
So
about
both of you
the group?
individually.
Okay.
Or yeah, like we would probably be sitting in a small circle
Sure,
or
okay.
something. They would go to Adriac. Most likely.
Adriac
At least
will
Zal would. So yeah, Zal would go sit over by Adriac and probably bring June along and just see how they're doing, and kind of like how they're, how are you feeling about the overall journey so far? How many days has it been? Has it only been like one day?
It's been almost 2.
Okay, maybe I wouldn't ask them about the journey, but I asked them how you were doing about the combat, because it's only been a couple days as far as the actual journey is concerned.
It was boring.
I see.
I wonder if maybe giants will come and try to take on the boat.
Well, I feel like the kobolds got pushed out of their homeland. think giants would be a little harder to displace as heavily, but
I don't know,
wishful
they don't like
thinking.
each other, so you never know.
Right, but they're a pretty sparse
Listen.
population.
I can hope.
I said wishful thinking, didn't I? Turns to you, Adriac. Are you snoozing?
Him name.
Standing.
If him napping, Zal wouldn't probably press it further. We're probably just like,
No,
you
he's
can't just
pretending to
avoid
nap.
roleplay.
he is pretending to nap, and he like opens one eye and no.
So yeah, like sneaks one eye and then closes it. But you can tell that Adriac is not asleep.
Yep.
You also would see the kind of sunken the bags underneath Adriac's eyes.
Doing more sleepwalking?
Sleep
Did
slave.
I will ask Kagara if he noticed Adriac doing any sleepwalking.
He just kind of looks at you. And just kind of shrugs.
Just nothing. Well, Kogara says there didn't seem to be any odd movements last night, so I'm thinking
Good
it might
to
just
know.
be the boat.
Might just be the boat.
Make a
Both
deception
are-
check, Adriac, and make an insight check. Whoever wants to.
Yeah, sure.
Because you are lying.
I am lying. I'm lying so hard.
So
I am lying so bad. I got a 7.
I got an 11.
hold on, I'm rolling. Okay, it's an insight.
Yep.
I got a 13.
Oh, he lying.
He lying.
He lying.
Okay. He's not lying about the boat not helping, but he's lying about it, it being the only reason he's tired.
So your watch went uneventful, correct?
Yep.
Lie.
Did you know so June's like kind of leaning up against the side and like kind of leans forward and like gets in like Adriac's like vision. Says, "Do you realize that you avoid eye contact every time you lie?"
Yeah, he's just gonna look over at June.
June's giving him the sweetest smile.
Zal will pipe in and say, "He's right though. You do avoid eye contact every time you lie."
Drops his head back.
Yep. And just kind of watching the sky.
So what happened?
No, I just thought I saw another shadow. Spooked me a
Another
bit.
shadow?
Oops.
Yep.
What kind of shadow?
Spooky sort. Kind of moves along the ground at you before you see it.
So like a paralysis demon of some sort.
Maybe.
Do you see these shadows often?
Sometimes when I don't sleep very well.
That seems to be pretty frequently.
Yeah, well. My headset died.
Oh no. does this have anything to do with the fact that you shackled yourself to your bed?
Sort of, maybe.
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 I mean, I would think that if you had shadows coming at you, you'd want to get away, not chain yourself in place.
That's a good point.
Do you
Yeah,
feel
but-
like something's after you specifically?
No.
Is that like an obvious sarcasm type thing?
He genuinely doesn't know. Like,
As you are talking about this, Adriak, you look down at your hands and just for a moment you see them just dripping with blood. And then it fades
Do
away.
we fucking see that?
You do not.
he's like, I honestly don't. No.
Hmm.
Whatever. So yes, fun combination between sleepwalking and sleep demons.
You're sure you don't maybe want us there to potentially help you deal with this the next time it happens? I can't imagine it's a restful experience.
No, but what are you going to do if it's just a figment of my imagination?
Then we'll at least know.
Make a willpower saving throw, Adriak.
Wisdom?
Wisdom. Yes, willpower.
Shit, we're fucking pushing it.
18!
18. You feel something come over you. It's like an anger of sorts, but it's not your own.
Hmm. Well, if it's not something you want to talk about, then I won't push it.
Same. I know we just met, but you guys are obviously my companions for the moment, so I do worry for your well-being.
I appreciate it.
At this point, I will have both June and Zal please deafen yourselves.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
I will
no.
I will give you a thumbs up when I am done. Okay,
Okay.
Token?
Alright, deafening now.
Okay, so Adriak, as they're talking to you, their words kind of get muted out, and you hear this voice call to you. They care nothing for you. Abandon them. And the voice fades away.
Evan hasn't noticed.
I know, Evan hasn't noticed yet.
Evan!
You're good? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I was taking notes.
Oh boy.
No, Adriak doesn't even seem to like hear what you guys say at the end.
Mm.
yeah, we'll say with your insight checks that you already had going for the scene, quote unquote, there's something distracting him towards the tail end, and like the words just kind of fall on deaf ears. There's something distracting him.
I have. I don't know if this will do anything, but just out of curiosity, I'm gonna use my magic awareness.
Sure. Okay.
It only lasts for 6 seconds. But it's basically detect magic. I know the location of any spell or magic within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover. So I'll just flash that.
So for a moment, your eyes turn a different color. It's like looking at a different lens of reality as you're looking about, and you see this dark figure, this like darkish energy, not really a figure, but like an aura, a blackened purplish aura around Adriac for a split second before it vanishes.
If it's a spell, do I know what school of magic it is?
It is not a spell.
Okay. I see. June will just kind of lean back a little, give like a glance to Zal, and just walk away.
Is there any specific intent behind the glance?
It was kind of suspicious, but like not necessarily towards
Okay.
Adriac. Just
something's going on. Like it's
Yeah.
just weird. Okay. Yeah, he kind of gives you a similar look, and you can tell he's on the same wavelength. Like, definitely thinking the same thing. Something's odd.
Yay. Suspicious.
Suspicions.
Yeah, but the good thing is like we're not necessarily worried about Adriac, but we just know something weird is going on with Adriac. Like,
Right.
we know you're probably a nice person, but something's going on.
Something's going on.
Adriac didn't let you kill lepers so he could cure them.
Yeah, so like
Yeah, exactly. Like
something's going on. June's gonna like really think hard about that. Is there anything that he's ever heard of that would like it just immediately possession came to mind?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Arcana.
Arcana.
Oh boy.
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah. Make an Arkansas check.
That is pretty much what it is, which is kind of crazy because there's Kansas and then there's Arkansas.
Yeah.
13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
It could be some sort of like they've already prospected some sort of shadow demon. Maybe you got a glimpse of it, but you have no idea. Not with a 13.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Saul can't see it, so he don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I could at least work off of. I mean, Adriac is talking about some sort of spoopy shadows that kind of crawl and do a weird apparate and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Does Zal have any idea of something that sounds like that?
Make an Arcana check.
Will do, good sir.
Will do.
Wow, another fucking 8. This is like the 4th 8 I've gotten in a row.
Okay, what's
my
the total?
God.
It is 14.
14.
know
So
a lot.
it might be some sort of because of your dealing with spirits in general. You've heard of like poltergeists and wraiths and different ghosts and stuff like that. You've also heard of these other creatures. They're more of the undead, like quote unquote zombie variety called revenants that target people specifically. However, it doesn't really fit the bill because it's more of a shadow, more of a like a ghostly form. So
Gotcha.
it's I mean, maybe it's some sort of like ethereal version of a revenant, but it's just not ringing much of a bell.
Okay.
Okay. What do you guys do? Did you two want to talk to each other about what happened, or are you just kind of giving yourself
June
each other like knowing glances?
June will definitely kind of keep that to himself,
Okay.
but
Yeah, I mean, especially too, like we're on a boat.
a
Yes.
tiny
Like
boat.
it's not like
Yeah.
we can really go
Kind of
much anywhere
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to like talk about it.
Right.
So yeah, probably just like some acknowledging glances of like, you know, my something up radar is going off, and
Sure.
we both apparently seem to have some individual thoughts on the matter.
Yeah.
A conversation will most likely happen sometime soon, but for the time being.
Okay. Is there anything
Did you guys
else?
change on stream avatars? I'm sorry to off topic, but did you change like the sprites and not like the hitboxes, because they're like walking off the edge and like floating for quite a while before they fall?
That it depends on where they stop. Oh shit.
No, the ladders and the
Oh,
boxes are.
that's my bad. Hang on, did I not?
Because you moved
Just
it.
curious. Random thing I was
What?
noticing.
Oh, it must have.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I do see that the ladders are in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
Now.
because it
I
was.
didn't really realize that. Well, yeah, I was wondering. I was like, has that notch there always been there? I was like, what was there? And it must be the ladder is normally what was there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Well, we
I
can.
mean, it's
fight
probably
with
not a
it
big
after the
deal.
stream.
It's close to the end of the stream anyway. So
Right.
I just randomly it started bugging me enough that I had to say something.
No, like I thought I had fixed that, so. Oops. I just.
Yeah, but you also changed it between like 3 different
Yeah, I've
Oopsie
been
doopsie.
playing with settings, so.
screens.
Right.
Okay, so is there anything
Sorry.
else you guys want to do?
I mean, we're on a
No, yeah.
boat.
Sure.
June.
I've talked to the
pretty
crew.
good.
I've talked to my companions. I'll check in with Kogara
Sure.
telepathically. I'll just say,
Kogara is
"Hey,
currently
Kogara, you good?"
currently perched on the side of the boat,
Mhm.
and kind of perks up as you telepathically speak to him. He turns, his draconic eyes look at you, and you telepathically kind of hear him. You get the impression that yes, I am fine.
Cool.
And he
Go hunt
flutters
something.
over, and he's about to land on your shoulder, but then you say go hunt something, and he takes off.
Good.
Make a survival roll for him.
Okay. Okay, I will do that. Oh shit, survival. Here, let me see. So
For him.
survival is wisdom, so it would just
Yeah.
be like a wisdom check, I
Yeah.
assume. Not terrible, not terrible. That's a 15.
15. So you start to get a little worried after an hour goes by. But then off in the distance you see this speck of darkness, and if you were to share vision with him, you'd be able to kind of see what he was
You know,
doing.
I probably would do that just because I'm curious and
Sure.
bored.
Okay, so let's say that basically you share his vision as he is circling through the skies, and you feel like kind of the same impression that he feels as he's soaring through. And he's gotten pretty adept at flying at this point. And you see him hover over the tree line, and as you're kind of looking through his eyes, he saw something that you didn't see, and he just swoops, dive bombs, whoosh, grabs a hold of something and snatches it up as you see him just kind of grab with his elongated neck against this this large rabbit, and breaks its neck and flies back. And then you see him in the distance,
Good night, Sig.
Bye, Sig.
night.
Thanks for dropping by. He flies in and then swoops down and drops a dead rabbit at your feet.
I give him a high five.
Slaps it with his wing.
High five.
Yeah. Cool. I start preparing the rabbit meat to give us a good dinner.
Okay. All right. So we'll say that you clean. You make a survival check for me. This is yours.
Shit.
See how well you basically do on this.
You know, I would not be surprised if it's just a pretty quick job, because Goliaths, man, probably just want to nom on that juicy meat.
Yum, yum,
Nom,
yum.
nom, nom.
But we'll see. Maybe I do really well. Who knows? Wow. Survival?
Yeah.
That's a 21.
Okay, 21. Not only do you get all of the meat from it, very, very successfully. You don't lose anything. You cook it up deliciously, and
How are you
you.
cooking it?
There's like a place where you can cook on the ship.
Oh, okay.
Probably-
It's
yeah,
probably
on
like
the
a
boat.
small
Yeah.
egg-contained stove or something.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like,
Think like Sea of Thieves. No.
There's just
Gotcha.
like a very small, specific,
And
like, hot plate
you
type
basically you carve the skin off of it, and then you hang it up, and you begin drying the leather, the hide as well, that you could probably sell for a little bit of a profit.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, it's good eats that night, and it is going to be basically the night shifts. So who takes the first shift?
I will take the first shift again.
Okay. The sun in the sky begins to set in the east as you see Obus begin to rise in the west.
Kogara is the best boy out of them.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Wow. I did so good on those other rolls, but I did really bad on this one. I got a 7.
7. The night goes by uneventful. You don't notice anything outstanding, and it is time for the next person's shift. Who is taking next shift?
Apparently, Ajax the midnight guy, so.
yeah, I was gonna
That way
say.
you get to sleep in.
yeah.
So yeah, Zal will go wake up Adriac and say, nothing eventful seemed to happen on my watch. Are you going to be okay?
I'll be fine. Thank you.
Alright.
Okay.
Zal goes and curls around his bag so nobody can rummage through it
That's fair.
in the night. And Kogara is staying up.
Staying up.
Just has been the whole time, so
Yep.
it's not like yeah.
That's fine. So wait, do you need to sleep anymore?
Oh, me,
Zal?
I don't. I
You
don't need to
don't.
sleep. You're
That's
fucking
right.
right.
You-
I just stay up all night.
I just realized that you
But,
don't
like,
need to sleep
but-
anymore.
So Zal still
did you
wakes
take that on
Adriac
vacation?
up. No, that's part of my my dead thing,
Oh,
my
shit.
skill. Part of the skill I got.
Oh my god.
Wherever it's at. But yeah, so Adriac, Zal wakes you up, tells you nothing happened, and wakes you up for your watch, but you just notice that he just sits there and like isn't sleeping at all.
I mean,
But,
you
like-
could pretend to
Pretending
sleep.
to
Yeah, okay, I guess I am pretending. That would probably be better, because I literally just said, do you want me to stay up with you? And Adriac was like, no, I'm fine. So it would be kind of rude to blatantly stay awake. Yeah, I'm going to pretend to sleep.
All right, deception check versus insight.
This is going to be a fun conversation if...
Ooh.
That's a 19.
Shit, that's deception is 15.
Okay, so about a half hour, 45 minutes into the night, and you kind of get this feeling like you're being watched, Adriac, but it's not the usual feeling watched that you've been feeling from the ominous figure. No, Zal is still awake. He is pretending to sleep.
Well, hopefully nothing happens and he doesn't see anything. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, Adriac, make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, you're right. Zal probably like laid down is pretending to sleep, and then like as Adriac
14.
like glances over, Zal's eye is just like wide looking, and like shuts quickly.
Oh my god.
Okay. The rest of your shift goes by uneventful. Nothing happens.
I don't have to make a wisdom check?
You do not have to make a wisdom check.
Oh, thank God.
And you sleep very well that night.
Okay.
June.
Well, when Adriac goes to sleep, it's just so it's not awkward. So I want you all to know that Zal literally did that just to avoid the awkwardness, not even to try to secretly watch Adriac. That is what happened. But once Adriac goes to sleep, Zal will like kind of sit back up and probably hang out with June during the,
Okay.
the night watch.
Okay.
June will like wake up and notice that you're awake, and he'll just kind of like go to sleep.
I don't. So here's a question, Zook. Would I like be conscious that I just don't have to sleep, or would it just be more like I have noticed that I just don't need rest anymore, and I'm not entirely
You just
sure
don't
why?
feel tired anymore, and you feel that it's likely been bestowed upon you from the Guardians. The Guardians have given you basically a night's eye, and
Interesting,
the
okay.
rest of the Guardians. So you just don't
Cool.
feel tired. You can
Cool,
sleep if
yeah.
you want. You're more than welcome
Right.
to, but you
Right.
just don't have to.
Totally normal.
Yeah. I'll
Complete-
just
yeah.
look at June and just be like, I'm just not tired.
All right.
Figured I could keep you
Creepy
some
much?
company.
Whatever floats your boat.
Well, water for one does.
Mm.
Yes. Okay, that was
June like has
that
to.
was good.
June has to like bite back a lot.
Insight. Does Zal see this?
Oh my god.
Does Zal know?
Do you really want me?
Insight check.
Yeah,
Jesus
I'm gonna insight
Christ.
check that.
Okay,
Sure.
fine.
Insight check.
Or are you rolling deception to try to
Yeah.
actually deceive me?
It's fine. I rolled a natural one.
Natural one.
June
Yeah.
snorts.
Oh, I got a 20. I'm out
Oh
of
my
20.
god.
There's this moment
it's
where
just
like
very-
you can tell Jude is trying to like fight it back and trying to hide
Oh
it,
yeah.
but then he
composure.
just
He just gives a
he
snort.
just snorts.
Zal just gives like this mocking, knowing smile.
He's not looking at you.
That's fine. He still does it.
He'll just open his book and just start reading.
Okay. Do you guys say anything to each other?
Nope. Not after that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'd say Zal and Kogar just probably have some good conversation in their telepathic minds.
Okay. So
Nothing specific.
both of you go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Zal's gonna ask Kogara like, so
Oh.
do you like know
Uh-huh.
Seryu's thoughts, or is there any connection between you two?
You're saying
Are
that
you
to
like
Kokara?
your? Yeah, I'm saying this to Kokara. Like, are you your own entity? I got a nat 1 off the perception
yeah.
check.
I got a whole 11.
It's probably because I'm talking to Kogara and I'm too
So-
distracted.
Kugara is he looks your way and says, I am an extension of Siryu, but I have my own thoughts, my own memories, and my own being. So while I do not share all the memories of Siryu, we are greatly connected, yes. As well as the entirety of the Four Guardians. Should you
Right.
make me the others' forms, I will have a deeper connection with them as well.
I see. Good to know. I figured that if you had a connection with one, you most likely had a connection with all, as that is generally how they do things.
I am a culmination and a collection of your ideals of the Four Guardians into this form you see before you.
Zal just kind of like nods, like, cool.
Nods. And then nuzzles up against you.
Deep conversation, and then just like a little nuzzle.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys do? The rest of the night is uneventful. There's nothing that happens on the watch.
Nice. Yeah, no, June will just read the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, Zal and Kogar are just chit-chatting through the night.
Okay. In the distance, you see in the west, the Polaris will rise into the sky, and Obus will set. You still see the Ribus rings overhead. As you continue up the river, and the entire crew wakes up. Adriac actually wakes up sometime before his normal, looking well rested. And in the distance, you see what looks like a big mill, a wheel that seems to be turning in the distance, with a large stone bridge, and like several windmills and farms. And as you get closer and closer, you hear the captain go, "Ah, we're here. Good old Fulakan." And for those of you who speak Primordial, you will know that that is the most original name. It is Primordial for Side of the River.
Wow. Beautiful.
And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Hey.
Cool.
Okay, so you've successfully made it from here to here. Well, to here.
Nice.
You've made it 14 inches. Congratulations.
Cool.
All right.
We have the rest of this to go.
So I see 7 people in chat. 7.
7
So this
people.
is the part of the episode where we go through, we reflect on the game, and this is how they gain XP rather than doing it in combat. So basically, I'm going to go around the circle and ask each one of them what they have learned. Once all 3 of them have learned something, they get 1 checkpoint. They can get up to 5 by themselves towards their level, and they need 8 to level up. However, chat, the glorious chat, can actually give them a point. For each person that is in chat, you're allowed to say what you have learned. This can be something you've learned out of character, something you've learned about the setting, something you've learned about the characters, something you've learned about the system. It can be anything. Just type it in chat, and you could actually net them above their maximum of 5. So
Yes.
with your help, they could possibly level up, maybe even skip a level. So go ahead in chat and put what you have learned, and we can share it with the stream. But until that, we'll start with Adriac. Adriac, what have you learned?
That the fucking shadows will come onto a fucking boat.
Yeah, the shadows will follow you anywhere.
Go away.
June, what have you learned?
Well, a very obvious one is that June has something following him.
Because it's from June's perspective, I will allow it.
No, yeah. Well, June has something. Yeah, or Adriac has something following him.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said
That's
that.
kind of in line with what Adriac said, but I'm gonna allow it because it's from June's perspective. So yes, you have learned that there's something going on with Adriac,
Yeah.
and it seems to be following him. Zal, what have you learned?
Something.
Zal
Yeah.
has learned that Adriac has something following him.
No.
Good try.
What?
No.
Nuh-uh.
You're being facetious.
I am, yes.
Let's switch to the XP music.
That the kobold tribe is being pushed out into the river territory for some reason, which is not their normal region.
Right. Okay, Adriac.
Do-do-do. I am apparently brain dead right now. Adriac has learned that he does not like boats.
Okay. June, what have you learned?
Well, June got to experience a new wild magic.
Yeah, something else happened. You summoned fairies. Explosive
found
fairies.
Explosive fairies.
Kamikaze
That was
watermelon.
really fucking weird.
I think I just showed my age with the internet on that one.
Oh my god.
Zal, what have you learned?
Hold on, I had one, but then I lost it.
Oh no, come back.
I know. Fuck. What was it? Oh, okay. I have it. I learned that captains will keep spare sails on their boats, which is very smart.
Yeah.
But it's just something I had never thought of before. And then Zook is just like, pull out the spare sail and get it up. And I'm like, oh fuck. It's like, that's so smart.
That makes sense.
makes so
Adriac, what have
sense.
you learned? Come on, chat, don't let him down.
Chat.
I know you guys are there. Either Zay or Adam, have you learned anything? Give them the XPs. Adriac.
Yeah, and feel free just to spout stuff out too. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be
Doesn't have to be
necessarily
like
like the best
yeah.
worded or like anything super deep. It can be just anything you've learned. Shit's going down in Creepy Town. That's a pretty good one.
Okay, I will allow that. Yes, there's some shit going down in the jungle city where autumn snow apparently frequents. So that is one from chat. Adriac, what have you learned?
Adriac has learned that...
Adam learned something too, Zook.
Yeah, we'll go after Adriac.
Okay.
I was about to say Adriac learned that Zal, for some reason, was pretending to sleep when it was his turn for watch. And he's not sure how to feel about that.
Okay, so because you're not sure how to feel about that, like, that's the part I'm gonna cling on to for that.
Yeah.
Right, because it's like, was he doing it because he finds something suspicious?
Right.
Was he trying to be helpful? What was he doing?
Okay, and one from Adam. Adam Combat says, I learned that any attempt to fake sleep is doomed to fail.
Yep.
That's true, because you tried to fake sleep, Adriac, and then Zal tried to fake sleep, and they both just didn't work. So
Yeah.
that is a second one from chat. Any others from chat? Go ahead and throw it in there.
Yeah, please. You guys can post multiples if you'd
Yeah,
like.
you can post multiples. It's a little harder as you go. So like, I'm not just gonna let you let the same person throw out 5 different ones. But if it is good enough and significant enough, I will count it towards the total. So if there's anything else you guys can think of, go ahead. Turtle.
Count it towards the turtle.
Towards the turtle.
I believe it is June's turn.
Yes.
Yeah. June learned that. He learned about different things that live around here.
Yeah. Yep.
There are other. He never really left.
Right. Yeah.
Very far from Azuko.
This is probably the furthest that you've been from Azzy. Well, the Kratos would have been the furthest, but furthest north that you've ever been, anyways.
I was gonna say furthest north. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots
Oh.
of stuff up here, huh?
Okay. Zal, what have you learned?
Zal has heard a first-hand account of appearances of autumn snow.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that she's probably in that vicinity. That's good news.
Yes.
Adriac.
Like they were rumors before, but now
Right.
it's a pretty solid.
Yes, a good lead. Adriac, what have you
Yes.
learned?
Mm. Well, I have learned that we are technically allowed to buy ourselves crits.
What?
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 You said we were technically allowed to buy ourselves crits with the channel points.
You guys? No, I didn't.
He said something that I could have seen be misconstrued that way, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's how he meant it.
No. No, it is not.
You kind of just threw like a blanket statement out there, just saying like, it's weird because you were probably talking to chat when you said it, but like if that's not the mode our brains were in, I could see it being misconstrued to sound like anybody could buy any crits.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Or something.
No.
That's
no,
what I think it was.
The
But that is
players
not-
cannot buy crits.
I have
Well,
learned
then-
that I cannot buy crits.
Yes, there you go. That's what I was gonna say.
Zay says that Zal cooks a mean breakfast
Just going around
rabbit.
nutting all over the
Hey,
place.
thank you so much for the follow. Who was that? That was Mad Juggler. All right. Hey, thank you.
Ooh,
And
thank
welcome to the
you.
stream. Mad Juggler, I see that you just joined us. I'm not sure when you joined us, but if you've learned anything, either about D&D, about the setting, about the characters, feel free to drop it into chat, and you could possibly net them an extra point of XP. So Zay says that Zal cooks a mean breakfast rabbit. I will allow that because you did roll really well on that survival roll. So yes,
I did.
I will allow
did.
that. That's 3 from chat so far.
Thank you, chat. This has, I think, been the most
I
active chat has
know.
been. It's
I
very
know,
awesome.
It's really cool. June, what have you learned?
Guys,
Um,
you're making me feel like a real streamer.
I know, it's great. WorldAnvil's really helped get my name out there.
well, June learned about some weird assassin organization.
Yes, the
That-
Ovis Assassins.
For some reason was probably on our fucking ship.
Yeah. What's going on there? Zal, what have you learned?
Me, Evan, personally, has learned that area of affected D&D spells are actually useful. I have had let me kind of elaborate too. I've had a bad experience with like taking area of effect spells,
Mhm.
but having the any creature in range really like stop me from ever using any of them.
Right.
And today I actually had a good experience
Yep.
where like nobody was in range, and I could fire off the spell and it went well and it made me happy.
And that's one thing that a lot of people, like, if they're casting Fireball, what they'll do is they'll like put it 15 feet past the target that they want to hit.
Yeah,
That way it's outside, but it still
Well,
hits
I've-
everyone in the radius.
that's
and so
the
on
thing.
and so
Like
forth.
I've been aware of that
Yeah.
too, but just almost any situation. Like I've even tried to do that, but it just
Right.
people are intermingled enough that it's just always been a huge pain.
It's a challenge.
It's,
There
like,
are
never
feats
worked,
that
yeah.
you can get, or
Yes,
maybe not
there-
feats, but like meta magic
it's like
and
spell
stuff.
shape or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
where you can actually like form them around your allies.
Yeah.
But
I have seen some of that, and I might be very tempted to take it at some point. But yes, I fired off a shatter area of effect, and it went well. And
yes,
I was
yes,
very
it did.
happy.
Yeah, it was very effective actually.
So I would like to make this clear that the careful meta magic, it doesn't let you exempt someone from the area of effect, but it allows you to let them auto succeed on their saving throw.
Right, there is a specific something, I don't remember what it is, where you can actually shape it around people, though.
Mhm.
I don't
I
remember
don't
what it is, but I want to know what it is.
Okay, last one from Adriac. What have you learned?
I have learned that sometimes there are river pumpkins.
River
River
pumpkins.
Yes, I love the river
Choose a different one.
I'm I'm being a pain in the ass. I'm sorry.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Fucking hate you guys.
Would we be a true D&D group if the DM didn't hate us?
Yeah, that's true.
Um. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. I have been reminded that kobolds have really shitty wisdom saving throws.
You've been reminded.
Neek had a really bad one.
Okay.
Neek had a terrible wisdom.
That is true. That is true. Yes. Okay. So that is the last one from Adriac. It is now June. Last one from you.
Well. Well, June's under the impression that Drow speak Elvish now.
Yep. Yep. Makes sense. Okay. Last one from Zal. What have you learned?
Different looking elves.
Zal has learned that the Skyrock is valuable enough, apparently, that a world-based, like a worldwide-based highly trained assassination organization would come after it for some reason.
Right.
Like that's some pretty big aggro on that rock.
Absolutely. Okay. So that is 5 that you guys have managed, and then 3 from chat for a total of 8.
Fantastic.
So 8
Thank you, chat.
checkpoints. I believe that is enough to level you
know.
guys up.
Yeah, it is. We were at 5.
Yep. So go
So
ahead
now
and make
we're
your
at-
HP rolls.
HP rolls.
So
or
now
we
we're at
just get
3
the
out of 8?
1?
Hopefully Adriac can get more than Min this time.
Oh my god.
So we're just level 7, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we're level 7.
So manage HP.
We have 3 out of 8 checkpoints now.
Yeah. So I get the D8 because I am Warlock.
Wow.
Poor Adriac.
Wow.
Of fucking course.
Oh my god.
I got a 6, which is not Min, so that's nice. Did
Well,
Adriac
Adriac got
get Min
minimum again. Yeah, I jinxed him.
Actually, yeah, no, that is min.
It rolled off a 7.
It did.
Oh my
god,
Aw,
that's so annoying.
rude.
So I will probably do this every time we roll, but I just add the number I rolled to the rolled
Yes,
HP
just the
thing, and then
number.
it just does
Yes.
the rest.
Yes.
Yep.
And we will do the actual leveling up off stream. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today. And tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, I will be streaming some WorldAnvil stuff and doing some world building. So feel free to join me for that if you're available. But until next time, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you then. Toodaloo.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, table flip.
Oh shit.